section. If you're here with me, oh dear, you're welcome. Oh dear, Lanodi, mommy, you're welcome. Please, let's share the live. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you're streaming from, thank you so much. Good evening, good afternoon, good day. You're all welcome to my live. On this live, what we do here is that we teach techniques. Good evening, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much. Naomi, okay, page ATM4, you're welcome. Vine One, you're welcome. As you're coming, let's just share the live. Then we just go straight into the point, and I will do some teaching tutorials, especially for those of us that are in the evenings that goes to work and they are back. Now, let me share the live from here. Thank you so much for joining, and God bless you. Let's go ahead and share the live. I'm going to share from here as well. I hope everybody can hear me. Let me see. I didn't expect the link to buy the. Oh, okay. Okay. Send me. Everyone that send me things on my bio, I would have sent it to them. Please send me. Just tell me and give me a note on the bio, on the message. I will send you the link. Thank you so much for that. Sorry about that. Got a lot of messages. Yes. Okay. Receive. Okay. Thank you so much. So let me share from here. Share the live, please. Let's make sure we adjust everything to make sure we can hear what we are saying before we start the class. If you're joining me for the first time, Shane, you're welcome. Dara, baby, you're welcome. Odia, you're welcome. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and say Swatas, you're welcome. Mommy Rosie, Bob, you're welcome. Let's share the live. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Thank you for joining. Let me share from here. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Grace Lowen from GraceLawendhair, as you can see. So all I come online to do is to give us about 6 good techniques of 6 ways we can be able to install our extensions into our braids. So if you already know how to braid and you don't know how to add extension to the braid, here we are. This class is a very, very beginners friendly class. Very, very beginner. There are some things to teach here. People will be thinking, why are they doing that from the roots? Yes, because it's a very, very beginners friendly class. So if you already know how to braid, you can still learn 1 or 2 things. But then if not, for those that doesn't know how to braid at all, it's beneficial to them. Thank you so much for joining. And now the first thing we're going to do, after we do that, I'm going to teach, if we have enough time, I'm still going to teach you how to part the hair. Let's say, for instance, as a beginner, you have hair like this, you don't know how to go about the parting. We use this hair today to do that. But first of all, we'll first do our practical. Then we'll now end it up with parting the hair. If you're joining for the first time, let's go ahead and tap. The only thing you're going to do for me on this live is that please go ahead, tap on the live, share the live. Then we now can go ahead and do this. Yes. Thank you for joining. Sanite, you're joining. Thank you so much for joining. So now on today's live, we're going to be using Annie. The name of our mannequin is Annie. Annie, this is Annie. For our practical, we've always used it because I like the hair to do practicals for braiding. So now, all we need today, we're going to be needing our, let me show you all that we need today to start up. Go ahead. All that we need today to start up is that we need our extension, which is this. You need your scissors. We need the clips. Look at the clips. If you're just joining for the first time, let's go ahead and share the live. And we need the crochet pin. Then we also need our rubber band, the little one. So because I'm teaching 6 good methods of how you can go into install your braiding as a beginner, we move it up from the low rubber band level, then we move it up to the natural and traditional method of how we can install the extension. Normally on this life, I don't start with the natural and traditional method because most beginners, they find it very, very difficult to attach the extension from the root. But then I'm still going to teach that. But then let's start with the rubber band method. I have 3 methods I teach online here, which is the rubber band method. The first one is that we use the rubber band using the crochet pin as well to attach it. If you're seeing the crochet pin for the first time, this is how it looks. This is how the crochet pin looks if you're seeing it for the first time. So then, and the next rubber band method we're going to do, we don't need the crochet pin. We just go straight forward, use the rubber band. I'm going to show you all those methods. So let's go ahead and start the first one. So the first method we're going to be doing today is rubber band method using the crochet pin to insert it. All these three methods I'm going to teach first, they are all beginners friendly. If you don't know how to attach the extensions or the root, which I'm going to teach you, let's not go ahead. Okay, so if we have the other three methods I'm going to teach those ones after we do the rubber band method. So now let me get the, where is the tail comb? Okay, that's the tail comb. This is my tail comb. We also need our comb. Thank you so much for liking the live, Jet Clark. God bless you for doing that. God bless you. Please, when you come in, just support the live by sharing the live, liking the live. So let's go ahead. So I've already parted this hair. This is the hair we use for our practicals that will demonstrate online. I've already parted this hair horizontally already before. So now we are going to go gradually into getting it in vertical. As I go along, I'm going to explain things. In case you have any question for me, please, let the question be related to what we're doing online here, please. Let's not go out from the box, please. Whatever we are doing online here, you have a question, just go ahead. No, just go ahead and ask me. So now we are starting this method. The first method I'm going to be starting, as you see that it's parted already, is the rubber band method using the crochet pin to insert it. This is it. This is the session that we're going to be working with. Always have your clips. Shinga Didil, you're welcome to the live. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. So now let's go ahead. We're going to use our clip to hold on to this. Look at the clip. Hold it. Always have your clip. Even for those that are already experienced braiders, they have the clips to work with. So even as a beginner, please always have your clips. Now the next step you're going to take is that you'll always comb the hair you're working with. Before you install extension into hair, please make sure that the hair is detangled, well combed very well, because at the end of the day, if you don't detangle the hair, it's going to break your hair. Because braid is a protective style. It's not something that will break our hair. It's a protective style. So if you do it in the right way, you find out that your hair will be growing nicely. But if you don't do it in the right way, you find that you'll be losing your hair. Nobody wants to lose their hair while they are braiding their hair. Do it the right way by combing the hair. Make sure that the knots are out for it. Free the hair, and that's we can now install the extension. So the next step we're going to do with this first method is that we are going to be having our rubber band. This is the rubber band. You see how tiny this rubber band is? Very, very tiny. It's not the big rubber band. You see how tiny the rubber band method is. So we are going to go ahead. Normally, you're supposed to be using one of the rubber bands. Yes, but then on this life, I normally double it. Because sometimes when you use one of the rubber band, you just go ahead and snap. We don't want it to snap. If you're a beginner and you find it very, very difficult to install extensions to the natural hair, you're in the right place, because at the end of the day, we are going to do 6 good methods on this life. Then we gradually start from the rubber band method, start building it up. Please, help me to tap, so that we won't get restriction on this live, please. Let's go ahead and tap, so that they will not think we're idle on the live. Please go ahead, tap and share the videos, please. God bless you for that. Thank you so much for doing that. God bless you. Because if we are restricted here, they'll think, the system will think that we're just there idle doing nothing. So please, thank you so much. Support for this time that we are going to be here. So now, this is the hair the first one we're going to be working. You go ahead, take your rubber band, secure it. Beginners friendly, please. These first 3 methods are mainly beginners friendly. For those that find it very difficult to add extensions into their braid, they can go ahead and use it. Even in the process of doing hair, you will still come across this method. Most of the hair, you only use this method to do them. So when you learn them at the same time, it's not a waste. Normally, I teach the 6 method. The only thing is that when you try the 6 method, at the end of the day, choose only one method from the 6 method that is okay for you, that is easy for you, that is suitable for you to start braiding. You go ahead and start using that method. So now that we have inserted this, use the rubber band to secure this hair, the next step we're going to take on this hair is that you're going to split this natural hair into 2. Pull it on both sides. So when you're pulling hair, when you're pulling it on both sides, do not make it tight. All you're going to do is that just secure it, but not too tight. So the next step we're going to do, let's keep tapping, please. Thank you so much, and God bless you. You're going to get your crochet pin. This is the crochet pin. So when you're inserting with your crochet pin, go from the top. Go from the top. Can you see it? When you go from the top, it's going to look this way, and you always have your clips with you. If you know that the hair you're working with is always blocking the hair, go ahead and use your clip to hold on to it. Go ahead and use the clip to hold on to it. Now we're going to be getting our extension. Thank you so much. Now this is the extension. I have the extensions in bulk like this, so I'm going to be taking part of this extension, and my extension is going to be a medium size. This is my medium size. Normally your medium size might be more than this, but this is my own medium size. I can even reduce it because I feel that it's a bit more. So now this is the medium size I'm using. It doesn't really matter how much extensions that you're going to be using. It depends on what you start with. If you start with this size of extensions, make sure you finish the whole braiding with this size of extension. Don't come and be adding micro, jumbo, mix up different sizes of extension. No, it doesn't work that way. If you start with a medium extension, make sure that you finish up all your braids with medium extension. So this method that we are starting first is the rubber band method, using the crochet pin to insert the first one. So we are going to split our extensions into two, which on this life I said we split it into ratio 2:1, meaning that the one I have on my right hand should always be 2 times the one I have on my left hand. So at this point, what we're going to do at this point, take this one that you have on your left hand, put it aside. Just put it aside. Take the smaller part of the extension. Make sure you equate it to the same length like this, so that you can have a good finishing end. So when you equate it to the same end, all you're going to do, bring it to the point whereby, look at it, create a loop like this. You create a loop. So when you create a loop, you go there and insert this one into the crochet pin. So when you do this, you're going to close the crochet pin, because the crochet pin got a latch that you can just close it with. Then you gradually pull this hair. When you're pulling this hair, make sure that you're holding this hair with your left hand, because if you pull automatically, everything is going to pull out. We don't want to do a double job, right? Thank you so much for those that are sharing the live. Thank you so much for those that are tapping. God bless you for that. So now the next step we're going to do, we're going to use our right hand, pull the next hair out. Pull this out this way. So when you pull this out this way, then you stop. Release release the hair. Put your clip on one side, because we have inserted the crochet pin under it as loosening up the roots of the hair. So we don't want it to be loosened up. You go back again, split this hair into two, pull it on both sides. So when you pull this on both sides, you can now start braiding your hair. At this point, the rubber band has already secured the hair from the roots. Rest. Most people, they'll be complaining that, what about the rubber band? It doesn't really matter at this point, because as a beginner, you need to do something that will put you up to braiding. Then you can be able to master your braiding. And at the same time, I'm still going to teach you how to do the natural and traditional method. So now, what you're going to do, you go ahead and take the other part of your extension that is 2 times bigger. Then the next step you're going to do, adjust your mannequin. If somebody is sitting down, if you're doing the mannequin, adjust it. This is my left hand, as you can see. You gradually go with your left hand, hold onto the hair. Look at it. When you hold onto this hair, then you take the middle of this one that is 2 times bigger, place it right there. Let me move this mannequin a bit so that we can see what I'm doing. When you move it right here, holding it with your thumb and your index finger, you're about to braid this hair. This method is very, very easy for new beginners to get in. Have you done the Ghana weaving, ma? The Ghana weaving. Have you not seen? Have you seen the? Go to my page. You see the videos that I sent to you. You see them there. So now let's go ahead and do this. So if you're a right-handed person, you start braiding with your right hand. If you're a left-handed person, you always start your braiding with your left hand. So we'll go ahead and start with my right hand now, because I'm a right-handed person. Take it from the right, bring it in. You bring it in, then you grab this in the middle, secure it. Take this one from the left hand, bring it into your right hand. That is how easy this method could be. So you just go ahead and start braiding. So if it's your first time and you've not added extension to it before, use this method. So the only thing I'm going to explain about this method is that because we are doing rubber band method, all the natural hair will be in the middle. All this natural hair will stay in the middle. Don't worry about it. You get to the point where you have to split this natural hair into the extensions and split them equally. But at this point, just go ahead and braid this hair. Leave this one in the middle. Use your extensions to cover it. Make sure that your extensions are covering the natural hair. Then we can go ahead and start braiding. If it's not covering it properly, adjust it. Then you go ahead and start braiding. All it does is that it will make your braid become very, very neat. Let's keep tapping. Thank you so much and God bless you. It will make the braid become very, very neat and smooth. Do you understand? So now it will make your braid look more neat. Now we're using a brown shaded hair, and this one is almost a wine color. You're not seeing the brown shaded hair on top of it. It will make the braid last more longer and look very, very neat and look more professional. Can you see it? So let me go ahead and braid this. So after braiding this, we're going to go straight into the next method. The next method, you don't need the crochet pin. Let me quickly braid this one down. Then I'll show you the result of what we have done. Then we'll go into the next method. All this method and protocols we're doing, they are all beginners friendly. Most people, when I teach this method online, like the 6 method, when you ask everyone to try it, most of the students will try the 6 method. All they end up with is doing the natural and traditional method. It works out for them, they choose it. But most people, they like the rubber band method. Most people love the wrapping method. So I'm going to show you all those 6 methods now. Go ahead and try them. Choose any of the method that you think is okay for you. Can you see the braid? Now this is a rubber band method using the crochet pin. You see how beautiful the braid is. So as a beginner, this is something you can get into braiding easily, because most people, they struggle with like attaching the natural and traditional method, which we are going to do online here. We're going to do it, definitely going to do it, because I'm teaching you the 6 method. This is the first one. Then we'll now go into the next method now. Well, I'm going to teach the first 3 method. If you have any question from the first 3 method, which is really friendly beginners, for those that are beginners that doesn't know how to braid, it's really friendly beginners for them to get into braiding easily. But the other method, we are still going to do them. So this next one we are going to be parting is rubber band method without the crochet pin. It's almost the same method, but the difference is that you don't need the crochet pin to do this. Yes, let me go ahead. Always have your clips. Have your clips to hold on to the hair. I'm going to be holding on to the hair with the clips. So now go ahead and do what? You have to comb the hair out. Very, very important. Very, very important when you're doing braid. If you want your hair to be more secured and not breaking, always make sure you comb out the hair when you're doing braid. So at this point, we're going to split this hair into 2. This is the rubber band method without the crochet pin. So let me adjust my mannequin. Annie has to be patient for us to just move the hair very well. So now, sorry about that. Let's go. We are going to split it. We are going to be splitting. Now you've parted the hair, well combed. We are going to be splitting this hair into 2 equal parts. Can everybody see it? You split the hair into 2 equal parts. So when you split, this method are good for even kids. If you have, what products do you recommend to soften hair before braiding? Oh, it depends on you. Like if it depends, if the hair is a natural hair, or maybe the hair already have undergrowth, just go ahead and put some water, add a leave-in conditioner inside, you shake it, then you can spray. It will just make the hair soft. Do you understand? So, but then if the hair is really natural, it works better on the natural hair. But if it's a straightened hair, the hair is straightened already, you just go ahead and comb it. Do you understand? So this is what I do with this. So you just shake it. That's a leave-in conditioner. But then if you want to maintain your braid, apart from this one softening the hair, what you need inside is you have to add what is it called? Any oil of your choice. If you want to maintain, we're not talking about maintaining your braid, and when we come to that topic, I'm going to talk it. But she just asked a question. I'm trying to answer her the question. You can have a conditioner. They sell different products, but for me, this is what I will do straight away. So at the end of the day, we've parted this hair. Can you understand? open it, when you comb it, part it into two. So when you part this hair into two, you're going to go on, get your extension. This is my extension. At this point, I'm using medium extension. I'll make sure that all my extensions are all the same thing when I'm braiding. So I'm going to go ahead. This is my medium. My medium might not be your medium. You might decide to increase the extension. It doesn't really matter at this point. The only thing that matters most is that I keep saying it. Make sure that when you're braiding, let all the extension be the same size all through until you finish your braid. If you're using micro, use a micro size of extensions. If you're using jumbo, use a jumbo size of extension. If you're using medium, stick on medium until you finish all your braids. Despite, even if you're adding more to the hair, it doesn't really matter. Let your extensions be the same thing. It will make your braid look more uniform, which is very, very important. So now that we have my extensions with me now, all we are going to do is that we are going to split this extension into ratio 2:1, meaning that the one I have on my right hand is 2 times the one I have on my left hand. So when you break it down, you see what I mean. The extension, so when you're parting, meaning that the one you have on your left hand should be 2 times bigger than the one you have on your right hand. So with this one we have on the right hand, we are going to just put it on one side. Go ahead and place it on one side. Take this one that is smaller on this side. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. This part of techniques we are using is very, very important, and they are very, very friendly to beginners. If you have not braided before and you want to add extension to it, these are the simple methods you use. Now gradually you build it up, because we are going to still do the natural and traditional method. I'm just showing you a quick way for you to just get into braiding without wasting much of your time. So now go ahead and place this extension. Make sure they are on the same level. Go ahead. When they are on the same level, you go there in the middle, place it right in the middle. Can you see it? This is rubber band method. They are really good for kids, even as a beginner. When you use the rubber band method to just start with braiding, even your children will not find it very hard, because you've already secured the roots of the hair, so they won't find it very painful. Because I used to advise anyone learning not to learn with their children hair, because the process of time that you use in manipulating that hair is going to be painful for them. All you just need is just to try and get a training head and mannequin to do all your manipulations, all your learning, all your trainings. Then you now move your skill right into the kid's hair. But then if you want to start with your kid's hair and you're sure of it, you can go ahead and use this rubber band method, which is not painful, because at the end of the day, when the extension, the smaller one is in the middle, you just go ahead and use this and close it together. Take your rubber band and secure it. So when you secure this rubber band in the middle, it stays in the middle. Look at it. Use the rubber band to secure it this way. Go until you exhaust all the rubber band. If you're doing it on a bigger braid, you don't need to go that much. Maybe about 2 or 3 times, the hair is already secured with the rubber band. But because this braid we're using here is tiny, you have to go about it like 4 or 5 times, or even 6 times, to make sure it's secured nicely to it. So the next step you're going to do, now we have used the rubber band to secure the other parts of the hair underneath. Go ahead and split this hair into 2. When you split it into 2, open it on both sides. Secure it on both sides, not too tight, because the more you pull this hair on both sides, the more the hair is going to be tight on the root. We don't want it to be like that. So the next level you're going to do, release this. So when you release this hair, you've done part of the braiding. Can you see it? Half of the braiding is done. Then you now go ahead and get this. The reason why I said half of the braid is done, because you've already secured this. This is where most people have problem, by securing it to the root. But at the end of the day, we've used the rubber band to secure it to the root. You now go ahead and get the other part of the extension that is 2 times bigger. You hold it on your right hand, whereas this is my left hand. You now go ahead and hold this. Let me adjust the mannequin so that we can be able to see it. Let's go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Let's move this slide to 10K like this. Thank you so much, and God bless. Let me share from here as well, because most people, normally I come in the 12 p.m. in the daytime, UK time, but now I want to try like interchange it for those that works in the evening, so that they can have opportunity as well to learn. So now let me share from here and invite more people to come in. So at the end of the day, this is my left hand. The next step I'm going to do, I'm going to be holding this hair that we are going to be braiding with my left hand. Can you see? This is the rubber. If you're just joining me, this method I'm doing is a rubber band method. without the crochet pin. Then you now go ahead, place this extension on top of it, hold it. These are simple methods of how you can get into braiding. I'm still going to teach you the other method, the natural and traditional method. I do 3 methods there, but with this one, you're going to start. If you're a right-handed person at this point, go ahead and start braiding already with your right hand. If you're a left-handed person, take the left hand and start up your braiding. Because I'm a right-handed person, I'm going to start this braiding with my right hand. Take it from the right hand, bring it in to the left, in to the left. Then you grab this one in the middle, secure it with your right hand. Take this one from your left hand, bring it into the right. Then that is it. Then you now go ahead and start braiding. Do you see how simple this method is? If it's your first time, you won't find it very difficult to start braiding immediately. For those that doesn't know how to braid, go ahead and use it. And for those parents that have children that find it very difficult and they cry when they do their hair, try the rubber band method, because you've already secured the root of the hair with the rubber band. Then you just go ahead and start braiding the hair. So let's go ahead. All I'm going to say with this method is that because we are doing the rubber band method, and as a beginner, this one, the hair we have in the middle, normally when you're doing braid, you're supposed to split the natural hair into other hair. But at this point, because you're just learning, don't mind. But the only thing you're going to do for me now is that take the extension and make sure you cover the natural hair. Then you keep on braiding until you get used to braiding. When you get used to this braiding, the next step you do, automatically you know that you're going to split those natural hair into other extensions for you to have it even. Can you see the way I'm braiding it down now? You just go ahead and braiding. If you find out that when you're braiding, the hair, natural hair extension is not covering it, it's not positioned, pause a little bit and just do what? Cover it. Then you start braiding it again. Can you see? Go ahead and keep braiding. I'm going to braid it to the point whereby I'll show you how to do that. So now, after we do this, we have another method that is related to this, because I teach 6 good methods of how you can install your extensions. But at the end of the day, when doing the 6th method, try the 6th method, but you only use one of the methods. Go ahead and try and use one of the method. I'll teach you the 6th, try the 6th method, then try whichever one that you think is suitable for you at the point, because as a beginner, go ahead and use that method. So now this is the braid we just did now. This first one we did now is the rubber band method without the crochet pin, and this one is with the crochet pin. This one is with the crochet pin. Then the next one is a rubber band method without the crochet pin. So that is 2 now. So we're going to do another one related to the rubber band method. That 3rd method I show is that you don't need the crochet pin, you don't need the rubber band to install it. Just watch me. Most people, they like using that method. Pay attention and watch that method. Most people like that method because when you try as a beginner to use that method, it just look like you're using the natural and traditional method in a different way. So let's go ahead and demonstrate this. So when I finish these 3 methods, I'm going to throw the question. If there's anyone you want me to repeat, we'll go ahead and repeat it. But if not, we're going to move straight ahead into the natural and traditional method of how to install our extension. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be teaching you how to part the hair. Then that will end our class today. This is the last thing we're going to do today, if we have enough time to do it. But if not, we're going to move it across tomorrow. So now, the next step I'm going to be doing now is, the next one I'm going to be parting the hair. This method is no rubber band, no crochet. But the only reason why this method is related to the rubber band method is because we are using the same techniques to achieve the braids, to install the extension. So now the next step, you're going to go ahead. Don't forget, when you're doing your braid, always make sure you comb the braid out. Let's go ahead and tap. Let's move the like to 10K like, please. Move the like to 10K like. Thank you so much, and God bless you for that. So now at this point, the hair is already combed, right? So we are going to split this hair into 2. In the process of learning this method, even if you know how to do hair using the natural and traditional method, you're going to come across this method in some styles of hair that you're going to do. So if you're learning it, you're not learning them in vain. You're still going to know them. At the end of the day, you choose the particular one that is suitable for you to start doing your braid. So now let's go ahead and split this one into 2. Split it into 2. When you split this hair into 2, all these first 3 methods, they are all beginners friendly. Please, if you're here, you don't know how to braid at all before, with this method, if you're seeing it for the first time, you can go ahead and install your extension. Try and use it. Then later we'll move up to gradually into the natural and traditional method. So now we splitted this hair into two. Next step is going ahead to get our extension. Can you see it? The way most beginners, they don't know how to take the extensions. They find it very difficult. So my advice to beginners is that when you want to try making hair or doing braids, what you're going to do is that instead of taking it in a bundle like this, go ahead and split the extensions. Split the extensions maybe on a rack or use on a handle of a chair if you cannot afford a rack. Split the extension. Have about 10 or 12 or 15 before you start the braid, so that at the end of the day, the process of time that you use in splitting the extension, you already know that, oh, this size are uniformed, because you want to always make sure that your size are always I don't think it might not be exactly, but then closely, but then make sure, look at what I'm doing now, so you understand it, that when you split this and put it on a rack, like about 10, it will help you to be able to make sure that your sizes of extensions are the same thing, because most people, that's where they find it difficult areas. A lot of people know how to braid. Most of them, they don't know how to part the hair. Some, they don't know how to pick extension. Most of them, they don't know how to, a lot of things they don't know. But the ones that you don't know, gradually use a technique that would help you. If you don't know how to grab your extension this way I'm taking it, go ahead and section them, about 10 of them, on a rack or on the handle of a chair, or anywhere you think is okay for you to do it. It's going to be easier for your extensions to be uniform. The reason is that when you do your extensions to be uniform, it will make your braid as well to be uniform. Hello Stacy, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. As you're just joining, please go ahead and share the live. Thank you so much, and God bless you for that. Let's give cheers to everybody that is supporting this live. You go ahead and support the live as much as you can. Thank you so much, and God bless you. So that is it. So now let's go into the method. This method we're doing now, if you're just joining me, is in the group of rubber band method, but no rubber band, no crochet. And then when you do this, when you braid this, it looks exactly like the natural and traditional method of braiding hair, but you're not going to secure it from the roots. So now let's go ahead and do it. So we are going to be splitting this my extension into ratio 2:1, meaning that the one I have on my left hand should be 2 times the one I have on my right hand. For any braids you're doing, always make sure that your braids is like sectioned in 2 ways like this. This one you have on your left hand should be 2 times the one you have on your right hand. So now you're going to do this. Take this one that you have on your right hand, on your left hand, put it aside. With this method you're doing, you now go ahead and take the smaller one, make sure you put them on the same length, equate it on the same length. You now go ahead, because this hair is splitted into 2. You highlight the hair, you split it into 2. Go straight ahead. Good morning, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much from wherever you're coming. Good morning too, because sometimes, you know, the regions are different. Most people are in morning now, some are in afternoon, some are in evening, some are even sleeping. So whatever the greeting, let's just accept it. Thank you so much for just joining. So now you go in the middle, place it right there in the middle. Yes, thank you so much. When you place it in the middle, this method is no crochet pin, no rubber band. So all you're going to do, and they are all new beginners friendly. New Zealand, remember me? Yes, I remember you. Thank you so much, Mama Hood. Thank you. You're right on time. You're welcome to the live. Thank you so much. Let's continue to share the video, like the video, to make sure that until we finish our trainings today. So now, when you have the extensions in the middle, go ahead and split this hair into 3. Braid it a little bit down. All these protocols are because we are new beginners. But at the end of the day, most of this technique we're using, you're still going to use it even if you're a professional. Yes. So it's better when you learn it at this point, it's just better for you. So now you're just going to slightly braid this hair down a little bit. When you braid this down a little bit into it, then you just leave it. When you leave it this way, bring the extension down. At this point, halfway braided. God bless you, mommy. Thank you so much. Amafemi, thank you so much, and God bless you too. So now with this, now you go ahead and grab the other extension that is 2 times bigger than the one you placed in the middle, and you braided it. Thank you for teaching us. You're going to save us thousands. Yes, thank you. So I know, I understand it. And at the end of the day, it will help especially mothers. Most people, when they make appointment, oh, I'm really booked up, you need to do something on your kids' hair. Even if it's the rubber band method, go ahead and do it. Make sure that the hair is looking nice and tidy. Then gradually you start moving up. I'm still going to teach you the natural and traditional method of how to install hair. If you have any child that used to cry for braids, please try and use the rubber band method for them. You're just securing the roots with the rubber band, then you go ahead and braid. It saves you time and it saves you stressing that child from crying. Most kids, you cannot install their hair naturally and traditional method, because when you go close to their hair, they'll be panicking and crying for that. Do you know how to do knotless? Yes, I have a video already on knotless. Just go under my listing, go into my picture. I brought my daughter here on live about 3 days ago, or is it 3 days ago, to do knotless braid. But you're not present, but then the video is there. I sent part of the video, so you can go ahead and watch it. So now let's go ahead and take this one. This one, you use your left hand. This is my left hand, as you can see. Go ahead and grab this hair that you've already secured down with a little bit of braid. Then you now go ahead, place this one in the middle on top of it. See, holding it with your thumb and your index finger. So when you hold it with your thumb and your index finger, yes, ma, I was live with you. Was beautiful result. Yeah, thank you so much. So somebody's asking, do I know how to do knotless? So, but the video is there. And the video is very helpful because it's part of the video we did on live. I just put it there. You'll see the hair. If you follow that video, you'll be able to do your knotless. Knotless braid is very, very easy, but the name is really catching. People love that name a lot. But the only difference is that you start your braiding without the extensions. And it depends, because most of the knotless braid, you have to start it with a little bit of extension, because most people have lightweighted hair. Hey Lee, hi, please, do you have video of the rubber band? Yes, everything is there. Just go ahead and click on my picture that you're seeing, Grace Lowen. Go on the page. They all have titles. When you see the videos, you see the rubber band method, different method. I put titles on them so that it will be easy for you to be able to access the videos while you want to do your practicals. So now let's go ahead and do this. This method I'm doing, if you're joining me for the first time, is a method whereby there's no crochet, no rubber band. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. So now let's go ahead and take this. If you're a right-handed person, start your braid with the right hand. You bring it in. If you're a left-handed person, start your braid with your left hand. Great teaching. Thank you so much. The hour has come. God bless you. So now let's go ahead. Now you take this one, bring it in from your left hand, bring it into the right. You see how simple this method are. I know the reason why I teach this method, because most people find it very difficult to go ahead and use the natural and traditional method. But if you can try the first 3 try the 6th method, go ahead as a beginner, use this one, because they are all beginner friendly. You gradually get into the braiding, then gradually we're still going to do the natural and traditional method. You move into that. Yes. So now let's keep braiding. When you're doing this method, the only difference between this method is that the natural hair stays in the middle. But as a beginner, my advice is that if I ask you as a beginner to start braiding this hair, it's going to unravel. You don't want it to unravel. So go ahead and leave it this way. When you know how to braid, when you're doing more practice and you get it, you're going to split this natural hair into other extensions. But at this point, use your extensions to cover the natural hair with this method, with this first 3 rubber band method we're doing. Then you now go ahead and start braiding it. All it does is that when you use your extensions to cover the natural hair, it makes your braid look very, very neat and more professional. Yes, it's called talking in. Man, can I ask a question? Yes, go ahead and write a question there. Until when we finish the teaching, I'm going to bring you up. Write the question. I'm going to just go ahead and see the question and answer the question. I have trouble with starting the braid, please, ma. Yes, we are going to go into that. Don't worry. This method we've done now, they are rubber band methods. That is why I said, as a beginner, let's go ahead and try this try the 6th method. Then gradually you're going to get into the natural and traditional method. But then it doesn't stop you from braiding your hair. I've seen most of the students here, they did rubber band method for their children. They start braiding their hair already. Then gradually they start learning how to do the natural and traditional method. Most people, they can install it, but then the root is not firm enough. and they find it very difficult. But then if you use the rubber band method, the rubber band already secure the root for you, then you go ahead and start braiding. That's the difference. Ma, don't worry, let me finish this one I'm braiding. I'm going to ask question for those of us that are just coming. We've done the 3 method now using the rubber band method. Before we move into the natural and traditional method, which I'm going to show you 3 good methods of how you can install your extension into braiding, you're going to tell me which of the method you want me to repeat out of this 3. So I will go ahead and repeat it. Then we'll now gradually move into natural. So many times I've tried the way you're plaiting, the way you use your fingers. Me, I'm plaiting old, very not odd. It's just that everybody have a different way of plaiting, right? But then the only thing is that when you do this method, it makes it faster. And I'm used to this method already. For now, I don't know your method. Maybe as when I bring us up online, if you can show me the method or can demonstrate the method you're using, let me see which method you're using. Because most people, they learn in different ways. Some people, they will just grab hair like this and be learning it in different ways. Thank you so much and God bless you, sister. Now, as you can see, look at this method now. Have you seen it? This is grouped under the rubber band method, but exactly it looks like the natural and traditional method because there's no rubber band, there's no crochet pin on this one that we just did now. So with these 3 methods, as a beginner, you can easily, yes ma, I will show you next time what I mean. Yes, I want to see what you mean, because if I don't see what you mean, I can't be able to explain what you want me to explain to you. But most people, they do the braids the other way around. Some will just start, there are different ways you do braids. It depends on you, right? So, but then that is why I used to say online here that most of the times, the way I install my extension, if you already know how to braid before, you're master to the, stick on that method and it's working for you. But then if you think, okay, you want to learn this method again, it's absolutely okay. It's a skill. You can still add this up. So whenever you want to switch your hands, you can easily switch your hand into any of the techniques you want to switch your hands into. So now we've done this rubber band method, which doesn't need too much because we're not installing the hair from the roots. So if you have any question with these 3 methods, let me know. Then we'll now go straight into what is the better, better under or over. For me, I do under, because normally under is better if you're going to braid hair. Plaiting under, yes, not above like this. Let me show you. Most people, they do it this way. Let's use this as an example. Let's use this as an example now. Let's say, for instance, you want to start your braiding. The next thing, most beginners, because normally I teach the beginners how to braid. For those that doesn't know how to braid, we use a different hair. Some of them, when you ask people to braid, they just go ahead and do this. Split it into 3. They start doing this. Yes, you can braid hair like that, but not in a form whereby you want to do a lot of. Do you have a tutorial with someone with very short hair? No, I don't have any mannequin with short hair, but the only thing is that if you want to do short hair, it depends on what you're going to use to do. If the hair is so short, if your hair is very, very short, there are some hair, if you're a braider already, there are some hair that is very, very short. Don't accept it, because by the time you do that hair, it's going to pull off. But if the hair is very, very short and you want to do that, in this class, if you know how to do the rubber band method, it will work for you, one, or you use the knotless braid methods to do it. That's 2 ways you can use a short hair and it will work out for you. There's no extent I'm going to cut. I don't know which of the hair I'm going to cut now, because I don't have any extension that is really short that we can demonstrate online. Yes, that's me, but finger painful. Ma, it's good to do hair like that, the way we just did now. But if you're learning to do braids, it's this one, the under is always faster. The underneath is always, most professional, this is what they use and they are used to it and they are fast with it. But for me, I do the under. I used to tell people that if you want to really go into braiding and you want to be fast into braiding, please learn the method. You can still stick to your method, but still learn this method of doing the under. Like me, I can do both the under and the above, but all I use is the under, not the above. Yes, I can do both methods, but I don't stick to that method because I can do it. But if you know that you want to really go into braiding hair, so do the rubber band method with short hair. Yes, you can use the rubber band method with the short hair. This is the rubber band this is the rubber band. All you are going to do, I don't want to cut this my braids now. I don't know which one that we can use in demonstrating this one now. Let's see. Let me see which one I can use in demonstrating this one, because this is one I use for the long. This is the one I use in training for those that doesn't know how to braid. Let's see if we can cut a little bit short in the middle. Then we can 1 minute deviating from me. Thank you so much and God bless you. Let's see if we can cut a little bit of this hair in the middle. I don't have any short hair. Let's see. Let's bring it in the middle a little bit. Cut it right in the middle. I'm going to cut it. Okay, now let's go ahead, because it's how to hold the three-parted hair while plaiting. I'm practicing, but I'm so used to other ways. And keep practicing. Where are you, in Nigeria or Europe? In Europe, I'm in United Kingdom, Manchester to be precise. Where is this one now? Look at the small hair. Let's make sure we have this one that I just cut it now. Let me hold this one. So for instance, if you have this as your short hair, because I just try to cut this extension for us to have a little bit of short hair that we are going to demonstrate at this point. So if you have this as a short hair like this, at least it's still bit enough, but it's just that this hair is a bit sharp hair. If you want to do the rubber band method with this one, you have to split it into two like this. Let's say this is the short hair. That's the rubber band method. If it's very, very, very short, let's go ahead and do the rubber band method. You split this hair into ratio 2:1. Now we're digressing because of the question, but there's no problem. Let's go ahead and do it, because most people, they want to know how to handle the short hair. I'm still going to do the other way around that looks like the what is it called? In the knotless braid. So you go ahead and place this hair in the middle. If that's your short hair, for instance, this is the short hair, you go ahead and use your rubber band. Use your rubber band to secure it. You put it in the middle. Use the rubber bands to secure it. You secure it to the point whereby you exhaust all the rubber band. This one is a bit sharp. The hair is a bit sharp, but we'll try and use it. Then after doing this method, I'm going to do the other method again that you can use in doing short hair if you want to do short hair. But if see, look at it, I don't normally use one of the rubber band. Now that I use one, it snapped already. Let's go ahead and and that's why I told you I don't normally use one. When you use one of the rubber band, you just go ahead and snap. Let's take this one off. Let's take it off. When you use one of the rubber band, it snaps. You see the way it just snap? That is why I normally double it. When I'm teaching here online, I double it. I normally double this hair. I normally double it. So let's double it now and see what our outcome is going to look at. Look at how short the hair is. But if any hair is too short, please, as a braider, don't take it. Because at the end of the day, when you're just securing the hair, it's just going to be pulling out, so that they will not think you don't know what you're doing. So if you find out that the hair is absolutely short, don't take that hair. Tell them that you cannot do it. But if it's something that you can handle, you go ahead and do it. But I'm going to do this method first for those that are beginners, in case they find it very, very easy to use this short methods. They can do with this. Let's go ahead and secure it one more time. Very, very short. It's difficult to do short hair, especially when it's sharp like this. Very, very sharp. Look at it. Very, very sharp. Very, very sharp. I'll make sure I secure it very well. Then we'll now start braiding this hair here. Okay. Then you now open it in the middle like this, the way I've been teaching. Pull it a little bit to the side. Pull it. So when you pull it like this, you drop this one. This is one method though. I'm just thinking, let's try it. So then the other method is going to be knotless. Thank you so much and God bless you. Let's go ahead and check. Then you grab the other hair extension, you put it, look at it, go ahead and hold it. The rubber band is already securing the hair from the roots. You just go ahead and add this up to this, start braiding the hair. Very, very short hair. This is, we're using the rubber band method to do this very short hair. And I don't think it's going to pull because the rubber band is already secured the hair already. Can you see it? Thank you so much, Chika. God bless you for that. Thank you so much for the coffee. God bless you. Thank you so much. So this is one method. I'm going to do the next method for you. How you can, thank you. Okay, that's fine. So, but then I know when it's very, very short, don't accept that appointment. Why did you do your child's hair in the snow? Oh, okay, we're just having fun. Oh, the snow started. We didn't see snow in the Christmas. I just told my daughter, I said, come on, and my daughter likes snow. So we just said, let's go outside and have fun. And I was doing her hair when the snow started. I said, let's go in. So that's the reason why. Most people have been asking questions. Yes. So that is the reason. We didn't see the snow. Can you see it? Do you see how tight that hair is with the rubber band? This is one method. Okay, now I'm going to take this off. Then we're going to do the knotless braid method for short hair so that you can know which one that you want to use. I'm going to lose it because I don't want to cut this hair again. I need to look for a mannequin that is very, very short that we can be using to demonstrate, because I don't have any short mannequin hair here. Let's take this one off quickly. Then I can quickly show you how you can do it with the knotless braids method. That means you're going to start with the hair gradually, tiny bit of extensions, then you now gradually add it up to it. If you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome. All we do on this live is just to tell you different method of how you can get into braiding. We just digressed at this point, but then I'll answer it, because if you don't answer it, that is the most important thing most people want to ask. That's the question. That is what is bothering the person and they want to know it. You just go ahead and answer the question. So I'm going to take this rubber band off. So if you know that your hair is very short and you want to do, thank you, I followed you. Thank you so much for that, Tasha Williams. God bless you. So now let's take this rubber band off. Then I'm going to show you the other method again to do short hair. You see that the rubber band is there and it's secured. So if you know you have short hair like this, use the rubber band method. If you know you cannot hold it, use the rubber band method. I used to say it, now I demonstrate it. I used to say it, but today with Tasha make us to demonstrate this. So let's go ahead. This is the other short one and very, very sharp. Now we are going to be splitting this extension. Normally, this is the size of the extension you're supposed to use when you're doing your braid. Because this hair is short now, we are going to split it in different, maybe about 4 places. I'll just split it about 4 places. Split it about 4 places, then you go ahead and take this one, start the braid as if you're starting with the knotless one. Use a tiny braid, then you start adding up to the hair. There are different ways to do knotless braid, right? So let's go ahead. Tasha, watch me. If the hair is short like this, you go ahead and pinch it. Most people, they find it very, very difficult to pinch tiny hair. When I started braiding hair when I was little, I think it's very, very short hair that I use in starting braiding hair, because those little kids that will come around my house then, their hair, they are very, very short. So now when you hold on to this one first, the next step you're going to do, take this, let's place this one on top. Let's do the on top method, the one that will stay on top. Let's do this method on top. Okay, wait 1 minute. You see, when it's short, it's always complicated. let's try and secure this one, even with the, I think the rubber band method, I've even heard it more better. Let's braid it a little bit down, then I'll now start adding up hair. When hair is short, please don't take it. When it's too short, don't take it, because at the end of the day, the hair will start pulling off. It will pull off. and you start making problem. Most people will make problem with you, that why did you accept that you can do it and you cannot do it? Some people don't want to say no for an answer. No, good evening, host. Thank you so much and God bless you. Do you have salon? No, I don't. I only stay at home with my kids. I work from home anyway, but I don't have a salon at this point. No. So you just go ahead and install it this way. Then it's difficult to do short hair. Look at it, especially when it's sharp like this, Look at it. So that even the rubber band method went very well on this short hair because it's sharp than this method. But this is another method you can use if you really want to go into it. But first of all, pinch the hair. If you know you can grab it, you go ahead and accept it. But if not, do not do that, because at the end of the day, all this hair is going to pull out. It's going to pull out. The hair is very, very short. So now that is, by the way, we've answered Natasha's question. So we are going to move this one off. The hair is secured though. Look at it, it's secured. But the only thing is that when it's too short, it's going to pull out. Don't go and collect money for really short hair, and at the end of the day, they will make sure you waste all your time and they will still collect their money back. So now let's go ahead and continue our training for today. So at this point, where we stopped was I'm showing you how to do the rubber band. You see how important that rubber band is now. At the end of the day, you can still use it for short hair. These three methods, they are really beginners friendly, because the way you take it, straight away you start braiding hair. So now I've done this three one. This first one we did was rubber band method using the crochet pin. If you're seeing the crochet pin for the first time, this is the crochet pin. The second one we just did is rubber band method without the crochet pin. All these things, I have the videos there in case you want to practice. You just go ahead, look for the title, you find them, then you just practice with it. Then this third one is categorized on rubber band method, but there's no rubber band, there's no crochet pin. You saw me do it. So after these three methods I just showed you now, do we have any question before we move further into the natural and traditional method? If you have any question, I'll go ahead and answer you or repeat any of this method. If you have not seen them, then we'll now go ahead and do the natural and traditional method. But if anyone doesn't have any question and you're only interested with the natural and traditional method, we'll just move on and start doing the other three methods that are left. I'm waiting for the question. Please put it on the comment section if you want me to repeat any of this. But if not, we'll go straight ahead and start doing the natural and traditional method, which I'm going to show you three good methods that we can use. If we don't have any question, let's go ahead and do this now. So now, when we are doing the natural and traditional method, I'll show you three good methods of how you can start install your braid using the natural and traditional method. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. And if you're seeing me for the first time and you think, oh, I'm interested in this, and you've not followed the account, go ahead and follow the account, because you're going to get notification when I'm on live all the time. Because these days, and now I swap it into morning, afternoon, and evenings now. So if you have a notification, you definitely know I'm live. So then let's go ahead. So now I'm going to be parting this hair. The next one we are going to do now, the next hair we are going to do is the natural and traditional method. Like you see, most of the professional, that is what they use. That is this method they use in installing their extension before they braid the hair. This method is just wrapping the hair extension around the root of the hair. Then at the end of the day, you keep braiding. So I'm going to show you how it works. If you think that this method is the best method for you, you can go ahead and start using this method. And if you're joining my live for the first time, you're highly welcome. Very, very welcome. This live section is a very friendly section. If you have any question, go ahead and ask me the question. Learning how to do braid is very important. If you know how to do this, mostly people tend to put their mind on knotless. I know knotless is okay because it's painless when you're trying to hold up to the hair, because you're starting the hair with your natural hair and start adding up hair. But then if you don't know how to braid, you can't be able to do knotless braid. So the first thing that you have to learn is, do I know how to braid first? Because at the end of the day, most clients, when you're doing their hair, they don't want knotless braid, because I've done a lot of people hair, they don't want knotless, because knotless braid is good for those that have more hair, bulk hair that is full, not the ones that have thin hair. If you have thin hair, Knotless braid is going to be like scanty, except you gradually start it with a little bit of extension. Yes, so now let's go ahead and do this method. When I have, then I'll keep asking me questions on the comment section, then I can go ahead and answer you the question. At the end of the day, always make sure you comb the hair before you install any extension on the hair. Any braid you're doing, always make sure you comb it. The reason is that if you don't comb this hair out and it's not free, you now install extension on this hair, the time you're going to take it off, it will be breaking your hair. You see that most people, their hair breaks easily because at the end of the day, because the braider did not comb the hair very well, they now install extension on it. When that hair stays about 4 to 8 weeks, the next thing you're going to find out, the hair will be growing under while you're losing your main hair. We don't want to do that. Braid is a protective style that will protect your hair, but you have to do it in the right way. You have to do it in the right way. So now let's go ahead. We're going to get our extension. This method, if you're joining me now for the first time, this method we're going to do now is one of the natural and traditional method of how to install our extension. So I'm going ahead to get my braid extensions. Make sure that your extensions are always the same. Make sure that the size of the extension you've taken, let it be the same until you finish all your braid. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So if you're using medium, go ahead and use medium all through. If you want the hair to finish on time, it's the natural hair that you're going to add more hair to, not your extension. You see, most people, when you see their braid, you just quickly notice that they are beginners, because this one will be jumbo, the next one will be micro, the next one will be medium. When somebody just sit at the same time, they'll just feel, oh my God, this person must be learning, must be a beginner. No, learn. The point is that you don't want people to just know that you're a beginner. When your braids are all uniform, they even hardly know they're a beginner, because even if you installed it and it's not well installed, but then the sizes of the extensions are the same thing, it still gives you that more of a professional than you making one of these braid medium, the other one is micro, and the other one is jumbo. That is scattered sizes. No. So make sure that the extension you're taking to start your braid, if you start with this size of extension from the beginning, make sure you use it to finish up all the braids you're doing. Yes. So now let's go ahead and do this. This is my own medium. Your medium might be more than this. This is what I choose to be my medium. My jumbo might be your own medium. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you think is medium for you, go ahead, but make sure that all the braids and extensions are all uniformed. So we are going to split this hair into two, into ratio 2:1, meaning that the extensions I have on my right hand should always be 2 times I have on my left hand. Where are you located? I'm located in the United Kingdom, Manchester to be precise. So now, Manchester City to be precise. So now you're going to take this one. When you take this extension the way we have it, take the smaller part of your extension and cross it over to the bigger parts. Most people don't know how to cross this extension. Let's do it again. When you're doing this method, take this smaller part of the extension that you have on your right hand, cross it over to the bigger parts of it. You just cross it like this. The reason why we do ratio 2:1, that is the point I'm going to explain to you now. When you're doing braids, make sure that the strands of your braid are the same thing. Have you seen these 3 strands of extension? They are all the same sizes. What it does is that when you're braiding, it's going to make your braid look more even. When you take the 3 strands like this, it's going to make the braid look more even. But then if you take one of the strands too tiny, it's not going to balance your braid at all. The braid is not going to be even. You see that braid is going to be wobbling. Some side is going to be, the big part is going to be outweighing the little part. So, but then if they are equal, you see the way the braid will look very, very nice and neat. What method is it? Oh, this method I'm going to do is the natural and traditional method, the one that you wrap it around. That is what most professionals use on this method. So let's go ahead and do this method. So now the hair is nicely combed. Hi from France, you're welcome. Vianney, welcome to the live. Thank you so much for joining, and God bless you all. For everyone joining, please kindly share the live. And let's share the life. You don't know who you're going to help by bringing them in to come and learn some techniques for themselves. So now, let's go ahead. Now, this is the hair we're going to be braiding now. This is my left hand. If you have not followed the Hello from Ghana. Thank you so much, Queen. You're Queen already. Queen Avenue. Thank you so much for joining. Please, let's kindly share the live. Let's keep tapping. Let's move the like to 10K likes. God bless you all for that. Thank you. And this cheers goes to everyone. If you're here and you're supporting the life one way or the other, thank you so much and God bless you. Look at the gallery. If there's something you can do, go ahead and support. Thank you so much. So now this is the hair we're working with and this is my left hand. Let me position myself very well. And sometimes when you're going to braid hair, please make sure that you're comfortable when you're doing hair. Don't because you stay a lot. Sometimes you stay like 7-8 hours braiding one hair. So if you don't feel, hello from Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much. Spice, thank you so much. 678, you're welcome. How do we part the hair? Yes, nicely. I'm going to show you when we finish this lesson now. I'm going to teach you how to part the hair. How to part the hair. I'm going to use this to quickly show us how to part the hair. I took this hair off so just to make sure we use this one to learn how to part the hair. Most beginners, this is where their problem lies. So everybody have different ways whereby they have their problem. How to part the hair to even start. I know how to braid. I don't know how to part the hair. I know how to braid. I don't know how to take my extension. Please, 1 minute. Let me drink water. My throat is getting dry. Thank you. So it depends on the area. We all have our little problems from there. So you just go ahead and concentrate onto it. You're going to know it. So now this is the extension that we are going to be working with now. Now I'm going to take this like this. Can you see it? This is the hair we're working. I've parted this hair already, nicely brushed and combed. You're going to take this one on your, this is my left hand. Hold this hair with your left hand. Place this extension. Look at the way I'm holding it. Go ahead and place it like this. Hold it with your thumb and your index finger. This is my thumb and that is my index finger. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. The method we are doing is a natural and traditional method, and this is the method that we wrap around. Apply me, I say I plait it. Most people say we wrap it around. Whichever name you call it is okay. But most professionals, this is the method they use in installing their extension. So what we have to do is that you take this one, go straight as you're holding it with your thumb and your index finger. Take this one now and plait it like this. This is the first one. Then you go the next one. This is the second one. I'd say always stop at the second one. But then if the hair is too bulky and you feel like it's not secured enough from the roots, you go the third one. But on this life, because the hair is a bit tiny, if you're doing this size, you don't have to go more than 2 so that the hair will not be too tight on the roots. So you go ahead and place this hair here. Then bring this extension right here in the middle. Split this natural hair to this one. Then you start braiding the hair. This method is so simple. Until now, before I start teaching, I don't use this method. I never knew that this method is simple. And you see, most professionals, this is the method they use. If you're here and you want to try the natural and traditional method by using the wrapping rod method, you can go ahead and try this method. Look at how simple it is and very neat as well. So you can go ahead and try this method. Normally, my method is the last one I'm going to do for you, which I'm used to. But since I started teaching, I found out that even this method that most of the professionals use, they are really simple method. Even as a beginner, when you try it, that is why I said, try the 6 good method. When you try the 6 method I'm showing you online, you choose a particular one that is okay for you. You go ahead and use one of the method and start braiding all your hair all through. I didn't say use the 6 method and be braiding all the hair. No. Learn the 6 method. Choose one out of the 6 method that is suitable for you, that you're happy with. Go ahead and start braiding. Then you now start getting used to your speed, because normally when you're doing braids you need speed as well to be able to achieve more. If you're too slow with the braid, it will take you long time. So another thing you have to practice when you're doing braid is your speed. So when you know how to install it, as we're doing, you have to keep braiding to practice your speed. The more you braid, the faster you become. Nobody bought speed from anywhere. Even me that I'm braiding is experience, because I've been braiding for a very long time, then I'm faster. But if you don't braid and you say, okay, because I've known how to install it, you don't braid the hair, you're not going to be fast with it. So let's go ahead. So because this method is a natural and traditional method, now at this point, we're going to be splitting this natural hair and give to this one. The way I explained to you, take some of the natural hair, put it there, then you start braiding. In all braiding that you're doing, make sure that the extensions are covering the natural hair. It means you're going to be tucking your natural hair in. What it does is that it makes your braid become neat and the braid will last longer. The reason why the braid will last longer, if your natural hair keep popping out on the hair, before you know it, they'll think, oh, this hair, because natural hair will be popping out, you now find out that the braid is not smooth enough, it's not neat. Yes, yes. And another thing that will still make your braid last longer, if you're the type of person that make sure you tighten up your braids. Most people, their braid is very tight. Like when they're tightening it up, they'll go ahead, they'll be tightening the braid up. That braid lasts longer as well. But another thing is that make sure you use the extensions to cover the natural hair to make sure that it's hidden. Yes, it will make the braid look very neat and more professional. So let's go ahead and do this. This method I'm doing now is the first natural and traditional method that I'm showing you. So by the time if you find out that the extension, you see the reason why I use colored extension to teach online is that it will help us. Oh, the battery is going down. Let me put this one on. This my battery is going down now. Let's put the charger onto it. Yeah, okay, now it's charging. So let's go ahead because the battery of this phone is going down, so I have to put the charger onto it. So when you're braiding the hair and you notice that the natural hair is not positioned well, you just gradually position the natural hair very well where it's hidden. Then at the end of the day, you don't need to do too much again. When it's positioned, when you're braiding, it stays on that part. You see it? When you're braiding now, you position the natural hair because your extensions is hiding the natural hair. So when you're braiding, it's positioned already. But if you find out that it's not positioned, pause a little bit as a beginner, then you go ahead and position it and start braiding the hair. You see how neat the braid looks like, because I'm not allowing my natural hair to be popping out all the time, because it will just make the braid, by the time you see it, the braid will not last too much longer. So always make sure you cover, do the tucking in, use your extensions to hide your natural hair. It will make your braid look more neat and more professional. Let me braid it to this point and I'm going to show you the result of what we've just done now. If you're joining me for the first time, do you do twists? Yes, I do all the hair. If you want more things apart from this, please come into the class. I have classes going on now. You can go ahead and enroll the beginners, the intermediates, and the advanced. There we do all things. I do almost all the hair, but what I teach online here is I teach you how to install braid, which is the most important thing. Do you do twist as well? Yes, I do. So look at it. This method of braid we did now is the wrapping round. Do you see how secure it is? Very, very. So it's one of the natural and traditional method of how we install the braid, because we're not using the rubber band method now. It's onto the side. So, but this one is grouped. How do you end the braid? Okay, now I didn't end this braid now because normally I have a video on there. Normally when I teach online, I make sure we finish all the braids. Then I'll now use this hair. Look at a lot of braids that I've been doing. All this hair we did online. Everything here, I did it online. But sometimes when I'm taking this hair off, I'm like, oh my God, this hair is so nice that to be taken off. But then I do take it off. Do you offer classes on site? Yes, we do it. Yes, we do it on what is it called? I have a WhatsApp group that I set up. Then we'll do that one. The first class we're going to do is doing it by Zoom. Then I'll know the student for 1 month. Then we'll now move all the other clients into the Zoom and the Telegram class. There I will be monitoring what you're doing. You'll be sending me your work. I will see what you're doing. Then the ones that need correction, we'll keep correcting it. That is how it works with the classes. So this one, somebody was asking a question, how do you end the roots of the braid? Yes, I do, because I don't want to keep braiding all this hair to the last, because it will take much of our time online. So I leave it like this. By the time we finish learning with this, I'll now teach you 5 different ways to end your braids. I have a video like that, so if you can find it on my page, 5 different ways to end the tip of the braid. Because this hair that you're seeing now, this is the 6th one that we are filling up since I started training online. So all I do is that now, if you want it straight, let me just explain, but we're not going to practicalize it now because I've not finished all this. If you want it straight, if you do a client's hair and they want it straight, you just go ahead and finish the braids don't, because I didn't finish this braid, because now, because I'm doing live section, I don't want to keep wasting my time finishing all the braids. So but then finish the braid. When you finish the braid, to end it, if you want it very straight and you don't want it coily, just go ahead and boil the hot water in the kettle, get a bowl, get a towel, then you go ahead and dip the ends of it in the hot water. It will seal the hair, it will secure it from unraveling, and it will make the end very, very smooth. That is one. Another method you're using is that if you want it coily, you go ahead and use the bending rollers. Thank you so much, and God bless you. You will use the bending rollers to coil the tips, and you dip it in hot water. That is second. And another method we use is that we do the twist method. You can grab this hair at the end, then you twist it. When you twist it, you dip it in the hot water. It will give you that result at the end. That is the next one. Then another method we use is that we do the plaiting method. The way the hair is like this, you group all the hair in a lot like this. You braid them, braid the tip tie. Please do the one new again, please. No, I'm still going to teach you. When the question comes, we treat the question immediately. She's asking me how do you end the tip. Yes, I'm going to do this. I've not done the last method. This is the second method I'm doing on the natural and traditional method. I'm going to do the last method, which is the normal, natural, and traditional method, which is the most used method. Please do the one new again. Okay, I should do it one more time again. Don't worry, I'll do it. So now this is my explanation. So the next one, if you want to really watch how to end up the braids, please go ahead and get the video from the page. You see it. I demonstrated it in a way that you understand it. All the methods I did put it in hot water. So if you want to use one of the methods, just go ahead and follow one of the methods and finish up on the hair. Watch the video. But then if you're patient enough to wait until we finish up this one, I'm going to show you on live. Before we take this hair out, I used to do what? Teach us how to end up the tips of the braid with different methods. I come online here. There's no class on that day. We demonstrate it, and that's what we do. So now let's move on. This first method we've done now is the natural and traditional method of how you can install your essence. Jason and Jenny, I'm live now. Stop making noise, please. Jason, can you stop it? So now, this is the first method on the natural and traditional method. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Oh, yeah, you guys go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. You want to try me now? Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Don't stop making noise. I'm live with people now. I've told you already that I'm doing like this thing. People are making noise. Sorry about that. They just came from school. They're jumping around. So now, this is it. So we've done the first method related to the natural and traditional method, which is the one that you wrap it around. For me, I just said you plait it around 1 and 2 times, then you start braiding immediately. Then the last one, the second method, when I finish this method, if you have any questions for me, it's normal with the kids, man. Thank you so much. I know. They just want to come because my attention is here now. They just want to say, Mommy, you're supposed to be with us now, but you're doing something else. No, nevertheless. So now, I'm taking this one now. The next method we are going to do from the natural and traditional method is it's called the 2-strand method, which is the hair is going to be the 3rd strand. The 2 extension, we are not going to split it. Watch me as I do that. Then the last one we are going to do is the normal, natural, and traditional method, which is the most used method. So let's go ahead and do this one. Now that I have splitted this hair into this, then we're going ahead to make sure we comb the hair. Always, I'll repeat this several times. Always make sure you brush out the end, remove the knots, detangle the hair very well before you install extension on it. Because if you don't do that, it's going to break the hair, definitely. When you're pulling the hair, it's going to be taking it out. We don't want to do that. We don't want to learn that way. So now let's go ahead and get the extension. I'm going to split this one into 2. So when you split this extension, this is the normal size I'm using, which is the medium size for me here. At the end of the day, you can decide to choose more medium size that you think is okay for you. So with this one, with this method, we are not going to split this extension. When I did this method, we splitted the extensions into 2, ratio 2:1, meaning that the smaller part like this, we did split the extension into 2, small and the 2 times bigger. But with this method, you're not going to split it, but you're going to take the same extension that is the same size you're using. You're going to split this hair because most people, this is the method they prefer. I just showed 6 methods. You can try them and choose which one is best for you. So you go ahead and use the one that is best for you. So now this is the extension that we're holding here. What we're going to do now is that we've already combed this hair nicely. What now we are going to install this hair. Let's go ahead. Most people, there are different methods of how you can grab this hair. Some people, when you watch them online, they do this. But I don't do that online here, but I want it to be very, very easy for you to be able to braid this. Most people, they do this. When they do this, they just grab it and start braiding. But I don't teach that one here. I just want it something that will be very, very easy for beginners to get into braiding. So now you now hold this one. The next step you're going to do, you just place your hand onto this. All those methods, they are still the same answer, result that it's going to give you. But why I want it to be very, very easy. Braid made easy. That is why when you take this extension, place it right in the middle. Hold it with your thumb and your index finger. So when you hold this with your thumb and your index finger, you're going to start up this braid now. If you're a right-handed person, go ahead and start your braid with your right hand. If you're a left-handed person, start with your braid with your left hand. So now, because I'm a right-handed person, I'm going to go straight ahead now to start this braid with my right hand. Let me position this very well so that we can be able to see what I'm doing. So now my thumb and my index finger, the left hand is holding up to this hair. Then you go ahead and take this one, grab it from the right hand, bring it in. Most people do above, as one of the students just said, but then in, take it, bring it in. When you take it from the right hand, this is my right hand, take it from the right hand, bring it into the left. Grab this one in the middle, because we're doing the 2-strand method. You see how simple I make it to be by holding it with your thumb and index finger. You go ahead and hold it this way. Take this one, pin it with your thumb and your index finger with your right hand. Go ahead, take the other strand, bring it in to your right hand. Then you go ahead and start braiding. Secure this hair just 1 or 2 times. Then you bring this natural hair in the middle. With this method, we are not going to continue to use our natural hair to be braiding. It doesn't seem right. So what you're going to do at this point is that you're going to borrow some of the hair. Borrow some of the hair that you're supposed to split before. Do it. Most people, they like this method. The reason why I do the method is that somebody will not tell you, oh, Grace, I prefer this method. That is the reason I do 6 methods. Any of the method that is okay for you, borrow the other one as well. Then you start braiding the hair. Can you see it? You go ahead and start braiding. So now, because we call this natural and traditional method, we are not going to continue to use this hair. I told you when we were doing rubber band method, I said leave it, because we place the rubber band method as just beginner friendly. But at this point, we are going to split this natural hair as well to other hair. Look at it. You split it. If you think that this method is complicated, try another method. Right, so that is why I'm doing 6 methods. Now we're going to split the natural hair and add it a bit to this one as well. Make sure, because it's a natural and traditional method, we split it into all the extension. Then you start braiding the hair. Can you see it? So when you start braiding the hair, make sure that the extensions are covering the natural hair. It's called tucking in your natural hair. We don't want to be seeing that natural hair, because it will make your braids not look really nice and it will not last longer. So now let's go ahead and do this. You're going to go ahead and do what? Start braiding this hair. Can you see the way I'm braiding it? Very, very simple method to get into braiding. Most people, they find it very, very difficult to get into braiding. But with this method, they are really simple to get into braiding. And the more you braid, the more you get mastered into braiding. So let's go ahead and finish up this one. Then I'm going to show you. So the last method we're going to do, your good tutor. Thank you. I have tried to understand this style. It appears like magic in my eyes. I have got it. Yes, I know. This method I'm using, I make it very, very simple. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to try it. Yes. All the method I do, I make it very, very easy. You see the one I just did now? Most people, they will go out like this. It's more, I want something that will be easy for the beginners to get into braiding. The moment you can get into braiding, you find it that the more you braid, the very true, the more you braid the hair, the better you become into braiding. Normally, I do my classes 12 p.m. UK time, but then I just say, okay, because most of the workers, they are always at work when I'm live in the daytime. I say, okay, let me try evening. So now we have to be interchanging it. Sometimes we'll come in the evening to make sure that those that are at work work, they are back, they will benefit from it. Those one in the daytime, the days I'll come in the day, 12 p.m., they will still benefit from it. So now let's go ahead and finish up this braid. Then I'm going to show you the result. Then we'll do the last one. You see the method. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Let's keep tapping. Let's move it to 15K likes. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I don't end up the braids because if I do, it's going to be taking much of our time. That you see me, I just throw it out. Can you see it? See this method. This one is the one that you wrap around. Simple. Even when I did it, even me as a braider, I'm not used to this method, but when I start teaching, I find out that this method is even easier. So if you want to try the natural and traditional method by wrapping it right, it's secured as well. You can go ahead and use that method as well. If you want to try the 2-strand method, which is the one that you use the natural hair to be the 3rd strand, you can try this. But there's a condition with this one. If the hair is not lengthy enough, you cannot do this 2-strand method. You rather do the natural and traditional method, which one you gripping from the roots, or you use the rubber band method if your hair is too short, as we just demonstrated before, or you use knotless braid methods to do the short hair. So now we've done the second part. I'm going to show you the last part that is related to the natural and traditional method, because now I teach 6 good methods of how you can install your braid on my online here. 6 good method. There are more than that. Most tutorials, they will tell you more than that. Some have 8, some have 10, but I just do simple 6 that is okay for us. So with these 3, this 3 belongs to the rubber band method. Then this other 3 that we are going to do belongs to the natural and traditional method. We've done 2 so far on this other natural and traditional method. I'm going to go ahead and do the last method that is related to natural and traditional method. But then if you have any question, you teach so good. I'm upcoming hairdresser. Yes, if you are upcoming hairdresser, you're going to learn so much with this. Yes, the hair of my daughter is mixed, black and white jeans. I have difficulty doing her hair. Okay, is it that is the hair? Can you explain better for me? Let me see her name. Her name is Miss Cusion. Okay, now if the hair is mixed, if the hair, maybe when you're taking, is slippery. Oh, if it's slippery, oh my God, that means you have to make sure that the hair is dry, because there's nothing. If it's so slippery, you can now get a water bottle. If you get a water bottle, if it's very slippery, get a water bottle. Don't put any oil in your water bottle. Just spray it a little bit to match that hair before you start braiding your daughter's hair if it's too slippery. That is the best way to do hair like this. When the hair is too slippery, if you're a braider and you're doing this type of hair, maybe for the white ones, their hair is somehow slippery. If you want to achieve a good result, take it. Don't put any oil in your water bottle. Just spray it a bit. When you spray it a bit, it will help that hair to mat a bit. You can be able to hold it. Please, when will you teach knotless braid? I came up online to teach knotless braid. I did my daughter's hair a whole knotless braid, and the video is there. Even with the one video there, you can be able to do it. Go ahead and watch it. Say how to do knotless braid. My daughter's, we did this online here. Then I cropped from the videos and I put it there. Yes, I came up online. We did it in full. A lot of people were here and we repeated it several times. My daughter was even saying, "Oh, my mommy, my hair is not training mannequin hair. You see her face? Her face was so straight on there." I said, "Sorry, please. I'm just trying to," because normally we train with mannequin training head. Very soon I'll start inviting models, maybe during the daytime. Anyone that can volunteer for models, we'll just do that. Not at this point, I'll let you know when. So we'll just use the model's hair to do hair anytime we need to do normal hair, instead of using the training and the use me as a model. Don't worry. I will invite us there. If you know you live around Manchester, because I live in Manchester, UK, I'll let you know. Then you come in the day we are going to use a model. We come in. We're not going to use mannequin training hair. You're not going to complain because you're using your hair to practice on that day. Oh my God. I want this. Okay, that's fine. So now, okay, I have dreads. Okay, you have dread. That's fine. If you have dread, we are just going to make sure that we have our extension more bigger. Then we'll braid your hair. That is how it works. So now we've gone to this point that we've done the second one. Then we're going to do the last one. So if I do this last one, you're going to ask me question. Any of the question you're going to ask me, we'll quickly treat it because I want to show you how to part hair. Most people don't know how to part hair. Let's quickly, I've taken this hair off. I'll quickly use this one to teach you how to part hair. But there's a video I sent of my daughter's hair I explained it. I just sent that video today. If you can watch the video, you see that the first one I said we have 4 lines, the second one 5, the third one 6, and the other round I explained it, but the hair was done already. But with this one now, I'm just going to show you without the hair being braided. So let's do the last method. Let's do the last method for natural and traditional method. Then you now ask me only one question. We'll do this. Then we'll now go into the parting of the hair. So if you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. Very, very welcome. This online class I'm doing is a very, very friendly platform whereby we ask questions as a new beginner. It's really friendly beginners because sometimes you see me explaining things from the root. Today I didn't even say that much, but sometimes the way I will explain things, you like, oh my God, even if you don't know how to braid, you have to know how to braid by force. But today we're just taking it as it comes. I dish it out. So now this is the hair. Always make sure you comb this hair. Look at it. Always make sure the hair is nicely combed. Look at it. I've detangled it. It's very combed. But if you find out that the hair you're doing is so natural that you don't know how to comb it, at least water will help. If you're doing a natural, like this extension, this mannequin hair you see is an afro hair. I've been using it. And the more you're combing it, if I spray this hair, it's just going to go back coiling. So you just notice that if you have a natural hair and it's find it very difficult to do that, put a bottle water like this with a conditioner, just spray it to soften it a bit. Amen. Thank you, being a good midwife. Okay. Okay, now we are going to do this. So this method we are going to do is the natural and traditional method of doing hair, but it's the most used method. Let me see the extension. Now I run out of this extension. I think this one is too small. Let's add a little bit of it. Let's add this color to it. Okay, now I know what to do now. Let me lose this one. Let's take this one without wasting much of our time. Where can I get the train? Okay, yes, you can buy your training head from a TikTok shop. Just type it on the TikTok shop. You get it. Don't worry, very soon I'll start displaying it on this our live section so that you can just go ahead and purchase it. Yes, I'm trying to figure something out so that it will be easier for us. As we're learning, we're just getting our training head at the same time. So now you just click on it while it's showing on the screen. Then you just go ahead and purchase it. I'm going to try and set it up. But then it's not me selling it. It's like where I bought mine. I'm just going to set them up there so that you can be able to buy yours as well. So now let's go ahead and take this extension. Now, this is the extension I'm having, the medium on my own side. So I'm going to split this extension into ratio 2:1. Let's watch this method. Normally when I'm teaching, I just go straight to the method and teach the method I'm using. If you know you have a particular method that is working for you, please don't let my method confuse you as a braider. But if you know that you want to learn this method of holding your extension on one hand, please go ahead and do that. So now we are going to split this extension into ratio 2:1. When you split it into ratio 2:1, meaning that the one I have on my right hand should always be 2 times the one I have on my left hand. Let's section it in a way. Any braids you're doing, make sure you part your hair this way. I know it might not be exactly, but make sure that the smaller ones is almost 2 sides of this one. Look at, let's share it now. And that is why I use the ratio. That's why I use ratio 2:1, meaning that this one 2:1. So the one you have on your left hand is 2 times as this one. So now we are going to cross this hair. Now you cross it. When you cross it, it's going to look this way. Look at it. Now that we cross it, what did you find out? You find out that the extensions are equal. It will make your braid look more even. Very, very important when you're doing braid. This is another important part. Take note of all the important parts you need to know. Make sure that your extensions are looking like this. Equal. So now the next step we're going to do, when I braid this, most braiders, they do this. And they are able to install the hair. For me, I don't use this method. So I'm going to teach you my own method. If you know already that you're used to this method, please stick to the method. As far as the root of the hair is firm and secured, there's no best method as far as you can see. The main important thing is that secure the hair in the root, not too tight, but secured. That's it. So the method I'm going to be showing you now is that I'm used to hold my own extension on one hand. What I do is that when I hold the extension, this is the extension like this. Look at the way I just do it. I hold it on one hand, then I now secure my braid. But then most people, they still want to learn how I hold this on one hand. So I'm going to explain to you how I can hold this extension. You can hold this extension on one hand. There's a video there that I put on there on my pages that you can hold extension on one hand. If you know you want to practice it, you can get your extension, put on the video, learn how to hold your extension on one hand. It's not compulsory, but this is what I teach. But it will make you become faster when you're doing your hair, right? But if you're used to holding your extension like this and it's work for you, please go ahead and do that, please. So now this is my right hand and this is my left hand. Normally when we do hair, we use our fingers to do hair. So this is the thumb, that is the index finger, this is the middle finger, this is the ring finger, this is the little and pinky finger. So you will hear me say, okay, I'm going to be holding this hair with my thumb and the index finger, meaning that I'm using these two hands. You see these two hands, they play a very important role when you're doing hair. Thumb and index finger. These two fingers, they do the most job. The other hands are just supporting fingers. So now let's go ahead. So if you want to hold your extension on one hand, it's very, very easy to do that. Like I just did it now. It doesn't take you time. If you know how to do it, it won't take you too much time. But if you don't know how to do it, you have to learn it. So now I will hold this one side of it with my thumb and my index finger on my right hand. This is my right hand. Then now this is my left hand. Thumb and index finger. I will grab this one with my thumb and index finger on the left hand. Yes, this is how I do mine as a beginner. Right, that is absolutely okay. Yes, it's good to hold it on one hand. It's make you faster. So if you don't know how to do it, learn it. But if you know that it will confuse you from what you're doing, please, my dear, stick to what you know. But just get used to whatever you are here for, learn it. But if you know that this one is going to confuse you to what you know before, please stick to what you know. But if you want to learn more techniques, you can go ahead and do that. So you're holding this one with your thumb and index finger. Bring this one now, this last strand, bring it here and just hold it this way. So when you're holding this, when you want to hold the extension on one hand, don't make it wobble, because if it wobbles like this, you will not get it. Make it firm. You see how firm it is? When it's firm like this, you just go ahead, take your middle finger, this is your middle finger, place it like this. When you place it like this, the only hand you're going to be turning is your right hand, which is my right hand, this one. You're just going to turn your right hand, then you bring your index finger out from this. That is it. You're holding your extensions on one hand. It will help you if you really want to go into braiding. It will really help you to go faster. Like me, when I'm doing hair now, I just quickly hold it on one hand. If you know how to do it, it's quicker. You won't even notice you're holding it on one hand. Then you now go straight ahead. Look at the way I'm holding this hair on one hand. Look at my thumb and my index finger. You slightly open your thumb and index finger. Thank you so much and God bless you. And that is the hair we are going to be working with. Now we are going to install this hair. This is the most used way of installing extensions to the natural and traditional method. And this is the one that confuses a lot of people. And this is the one that most beginners find very difficult. That is the reason why we start all the way from the rubber band method, start building it up to this point. Yes. So by the time you are a braider, you've already secured your hair with rubber band and you're happy doing it. It's going to give you that more confidence that nothing, you can be able to do this one. So now we're going to install this hair. Look at the hair. Now you're going to open this place, thumb and index finger a little bit. Just go ahead and hold it because you're holding your extension on one hand. Let me move this thing closely. Watch straight into my hand. Go watch straight into my hand. Now this is the hair we are doing and this is my left hand, my free hand. This is free. You're going to split this hair. Go ahead and section this hair. Look at it. take this part of this natural hair, look at it. When you take this section, because we are going to automatically section this hair into 3. This is how I install my hair. You're going to hold this one, take this hand and grab this extension that is standing on your index finger, bring it in closer to this place. Take your index finger on your left hand, go and separate it in between the hair and the extension. Can you see what I've done? That's true. It's complicated. The other ones are friendly. Yes, that is the reason why I start with the other ones first. So let's go ahead. And now watch my hands closely. Now that I've secured this hair, I'm holding the hair with my hands. Then I release this hand. You now go ahead and hold this hair with your thumb and your index finger. Look at it. Then you now go ahead. Place your index finger in between here. Then you grab it with this one and hold it. Then you start braiding this hair down. You keep braiding it down. Do like 2 or 3 times of braid. Then you now flip your hands. You flip the hands. Flip the hands. Flip the braid immediately. You flip it. Did you see that other braids that I did before? No flipping, directly to the braids. So now we are going ahead, and automatically when you're doing this natural and traditional method, which is the last method I teach, I don't teach it first so that most beginners will not run away from the class. They'll say, oh, I've tried this several times, it's not working. That is the reason why I start teaching you from the rubber band method. We'll build this up to this point. Yes. So now you see that when I install this hair, automatically it splits the natural hair into the extension. That is natural and traditional method. Then you go ahead and start braiding. When you're braiding, make sure that your extensions are covering your natural hair. You see it? When you position it very well, when you're braiding, you don't need to do too much. It goes automatically and start going in. You see it? It start going in until you finish your braids. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for liking the video, and God bless you. Let's go ahead. Let me finish this braid and I'm not going to show you. You see this method? When I'm showing this method, natural and traditional method, I say if you find it very difficult to install this method, please go and use the number 3 of rubber band method, which is no rubber band, no crochet. They look similar. I'm going to show you the similarity now. That is why I used to say, if you followed me from the first time I just started, you know the difference. So if you find it very difficult to secure this natural and traditional method, and you still want your head, the extension, the braid to look like natural and traditional method from the root, please go ahead and use this third method from the rubber band method group, which is no crochet, no rubber band. Can you see that? No crochet, no rubber band. What we did is that when we bring the extension, look at it. Let's compare 2 of them. Look at the natural and traditional method of adding extension, secured. Look at the third method of no crochet, no rubber band, on the rubber band method. What is the difference? You see, they are similar. So if you know you cannot use this method, hey, beautiful, you make it look easy. Yes, it looks more easier because I want braiding to be easy. When you say easy braiding, that is what we do online here. Before you know it, if you try this method I've just used from the beginning, you start braiding immediately. Let's keep tapping, please. Share the video because the view is coming down now. Share the video. Thank you so much and God bless you. Let's keep tapping. Let's keep tap. Share the video and tap. So now you see this method, natural and traditional method. If you find it very difficult to install it, please go ahead and use this method from this third method that we did with the rubber band method. There's no rubber band on this, no crochet. There's a method we use in installing it. Keep trying until you know. This is the 6th method we teach. This 3 from the natural and traditional method, and this 3 from the rubber band method. What's the difference? When you look at them, they are all nice method of braiding. Hi, hello. Why was you braiding in the cold? Oh yes, we've not seen. We didn't see snow in the Christmas time. We now saw snow, and I told my daughter, and she likes snow, so we now went out there. It's like I was doing her hair when the snow started. So that is the reason why. Most people want to know the reason why I went into the cold. That is the reason. So we love snow, so we didn't see it in the Christmas time, so we have to go out and get snow. I only did 1 strand in the snow. I didn't do all our hair in the snow, right? We only did 1 strand and we left the snow. That's just it, just to experience it. So now, this is it. Oh, okay, thank you so much for asking. There's a lot of questions going on. I will just be laughing. I say, just keep asking the question, keep watching. It's no problem. So now, this is it. You see all the braid we've just done today. Whether you use the natural and traditional method, you use this method, the most important thing that is secured in the root is going to last you for 4 to 8 weeks. Can you see it? How beautiful they are. So if you have any question for me to repeat from this one, please let me know. Just one. We'll repeat it with this one because I'm not going to part any hair for tomorrow. So we'll now go into showing you how to part the hair. I'm going to show you how to part the hair quickly before we end the live. So now, if you have any question, which of the methods do you want me to repeat with this 3 now? We've done the natural. This one is the wrapping up hair from the root. This one is 2 strands. And this one, how can I join the beginner start? Okay, the beginner start. Just click on the picture where you see Grace Lowen tutorial. It's going to take you straight to a link. When you click on that link on my page, you see it take you straight into the Stan store where you can purchase the beginner's class. Then there we'll start it off from there. Then I can be able to monitor what you're doing. It's going to favor you that because I know what you're doing at that point. Even on this live, if you're the type that will come up and be practicing and show me what you're doing, most people, they've learned. A lot of people have graduated. A lot of people have graduated on this my live section. They started doing hair already and they're doing it well. And let me even say, I don't know if I have the picture of the one that a mother sent to me. Mommy Sophie is not here today. I'm going to show you let me see if I can find it. I'll quickly show you. She learnt the hair online here and she's fully started braiding her daughter's hair fully. In fact, I gave her, and the daughter's hair is very long. She really tried. She sent me the video. Let me see if I can have it on my space here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I have. Look at it. Can you see it? It's a beginner that did this hair, and she did it very, very nice. And the method she used is that good work, my yeah. The method she used is this one that they wrap around, and she's used to it. She continue using that method. But then, if you're used to any of the methods, just go ahead, look at it. She sent me the video of the hair. I don't know if you guys can see it very, very well. That is it. In fact, her daughter's hair is very long, and she tried as a beginner. She followed the teachings, and she's doing more braids. Kindly, if I get a chance, show us to part the hair. Yes, I'm going to design cornrows, zigzag, and circle. Oh, we are going to do a normal parting of braid today. Let's go ahead. Now, there's no question coming up on this braid part, so let's go ahead and leave this one. So I'm going to show you how you can part your braid. This is the hair we're going to be using. Let's say, for instance, as a new beginner, let me bring the comb. Where is my comb now? Have it disappeared? Yeah. Let's comb the hair out. So now it depends on the client, or it depends on who you're doing their hair. Please, let's continue to tap. The more we tap, it's reducing the view. Let's go. They will think we're not doing anything here. Please tap. Everybody, 49 or 4, put your hands on your phone. Let's raise it up. Tap, and share the videos. Thank you so much. God bless you for doing that. Thank you. Then we just go ahead and do this parting aspect. So now this is it. When you're starting the hair, this is the hair you're going to be working on, right? And you're parting this hair. You depend on the neckline of a client. Most of the neckline, they are more wider than this one we're doing now. Some people, their neckline is just so tiny that you cannot take more than 3 hair there. But most people, their neckline, you have to start with 5, or it depends on the size that you want to do. If you like, it's more and more the show. Like, I didn't understand. So now you go ahead and split this hair. Let's go ahead and start with this one. If you're doing this size, if you're doing a box braid size, and now you want the inches to look like about 1 inch, you stick on that. Like the one I sent online for my daughter, I've already done it, but I explained to you guys how you can really part it. You take the first line to start with as a beginner. Take the first line. And now, if you want your lines to be more straight, because we are using a mannequin training hair, if you want the lines to be more straighter, you need to put something like a product on it to straighten the line. But then you have to ask your client, if they don't get itchy when you have product on their hair, do it. But if they get itchy, don't even bother. Don't bother. Because most people, when you put product on their scalp, their hair will keep itching. That braid you did on their hair will never last longer. Thank you so much, and God bless you, prophetess. Thank you so much. God bless you, man. So now this is it. The first line. Now let's say we are going to part this hair. There are different ways to part hair. Let's just do the simple method. Gradually I'll keep bringing this hair to show us different method. There are different ways. Start with this simple one first. Let's start with this simple one that is simple. So you now go ahead, go and look for the middle of this hair where it is. Now we are going to be parting this hair into 4. If you want to part your hair more than 4, it's absolutely up to you. Look for, I hope I get to the middle, because now I'm facing up and the hair is facing like, but nevertheless we'll try our best, because to stand in front of the camera with this hair is not an easy task. So now we are going to be parting the back into 4 places. Let's go ahead and do this now. Look at it. Then you split it in the middle. Take this one. You see, you part it. Then let's go ahead and just do a slightly calabar there. And I'll take it off later. I'm showing you how to go about this. Let's keep tapping. Let's keep tapping. You start with this first line. I'm doing this one 4 now. If you know that you want to do more than 4, yes, part it into the middle. Then if you're doing 6 at the back, you want it smaller. When you split it into the middle, do 3 this side, do 3 this side. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're doing 4 at the end. So we are now going to part this one again into this. So this is it. So if you see the way I'm doing it, this is friendly beginners. Before you start parting the hair, do it this way. Go ahead and do it this way, because the more you practice, you will get better. Don't think about the time. Most people, they want to rush into things at one point. They don't want to learn with a systematical way. So if you know that you want to learn it, just go ahead and part this one. Part the hair down. Even most professionals, they do part the hair down before they start doing it. So you go ahead and do it this way for you to be on the safer side and to be happy when you're doing the hair. This is weird. Then you go to the next one. You know the next one. Bring this one again. Almost the same size. You watch the size you're doing. Don't worry if the line is not too straight. It's because the way I'm standing. Don't worry. We'll just try our best. And this is training mannequin head. If you are doing it on a client, you make sure that you part this hair very well. In a sense that you put something or just go again and do it. Always have your clips as well. You see the clips. Get your clips if you're learning. Now, so the next step we're going to do now is this. After parting this, you come straight right. The way I do this is that I come straight right in the middle of this one. The previous one I've done, I come straight right in the middle. You take the first one. When you take the first one out, you part it. Because it's a block method, I don't want all of them to have the same line. Because we are doing block method, we don't want them to fall on the same line. So you go in the middle. So when you're braiding this hair now, when you braid this hair, it's going to fall at this place. Then you now go again straight in the middle of the second one. Take the next one. Watch what I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing, because it's going to help. For those that doesn't know how to part hair, you now go ahead and hold it down. Just hold it a bit down, because you just need it. Most people, when they are doing it, they use rubber band to hold it so that it will be easier for them. Take the next one. Come to the middle of this one line. You see that this line is going to give us 5, and the other one is giving us 4. If you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome. Please share the video. Let's continue to like it. I hope you are getting it. Do you want me to continue with this, or you're already okay with this? Please put on the comment section. Do you want me to continue, or you're okay with this? Because sometimes when I'm doing something, maybe they are okay with it already. Please put on the comment section. Do you want us to continue with the learning how to part? I don't know how many people that are interested, so that will not be wasting our time. Do you want me to? Sure, continue. I'm learning. Okay, thank you so much. Please, let's keep tapping. Let's keep tapping. Because the more we don't tap, the system will think we are just doing nothing here. So that they won't restrict our life, please. Go ahead and tap. So the last one, you're going to take the last one. And just... So now, it's giving us that this first line, thank you so much and God bless you. The first line, look at the first line. The first line is 1, 2, 3, 4. The second line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see the way? Continue, please. Thank you. So this is the second one. Then this is this easiest way to part hair as a beginner. Now I'm doing my own this way. You might decide to do it smaller, but my advice is that if you're really a beginner, don't make the hair too small, because you're going to get tired at one point until you keep braiding. I used to advise beginners, if they want to split this hair like this, you're starting as a beginner, you want to braid the full hair, do from 30 to 40. 30 to 40 start with. Then when you're confident enough that you know you can finish braiding 30 to 40 braid as a beginner, then the next step you start increasing it 50, 60, then as much as you can. But the first one, don't do more than what you cannot do. If you go and be parting the hair, if you go and be parting this hair smaller, except the person have to stay for 3 days, because you find it very, at one point you just get tired. Please, if any of you here can witness what I'm saying, please put it on the comment section. As a beginner, do you normally get tired when you're doing your braid, or you're okay? Please put it on the comment section. If you're always okay, put it on the comment section. If you know that the advice of taking it like 30 or 40 is a bad advice, please put it on the comment section. So I don't want a situation whereby, like this one of the students I show you the hair, she started with 30 or 40, started doing, now she's doing more than that now, because she's getting used to braiding the hair. And the more you braid hair, the better and the faster you become. That is what it does. So we are going to take the next line, which is the third line now, stopping very close to where the ear is before you start going round. If you're doing it smaller, you're going to do more than 3 lines. But if you're doing this block size, you're just going to do 1, 2, 3. Then the next one have to go round. If you're doing it smaller, that is up, you can do more than this line. But this, with this size, this method is okay. So now let's go ahead and show you how to part the other one. True, I went through that. True, I love braiding. Yes. So at that point, if you're just starting as a beginner, please don't make the hair too small. Don't cut the hair too small. Start with what you can finish. Then gradually you move up. So this is the third line. So what you're going to do with this third line, come in the middle of this one. Always come in the middle of the previous one, because this is a block method. You know, when you're laying block, you don't put the block on top of each other. You put it, when you put one, you lay the other one across. So that is how it is on this one when you're doing this. So that when you cut this one, I'm not going to go to the same line and do this hair. No. Come in the middle of this one, take the next one. Because when you braid this one hair now, it's going to fall on this side. When you take the next one in the middle, let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to show you this. Then you braid it down. This is how you are going to continue to braid your hair down as a beginner. Then you now start picking it one after the other. You start braiding. Then you have that assurance that cutting the hair too big or too small, you gone past that stage. So now you come in the middle of this, take the next one. You go ahead and do it this way. This is the simple method of how you can part the hair. Bring it as a beginner, start with it now. Like me, I don't do this, I don't part hair like this down, because I'm already used to doing the hair. But if you want to really do it and be happy, so that you will not be thinking, oh, I've done, most of them, people will do the hair smaller at the back. When they now start getting tired, the fronts will now be so big. So if you know you want to pass through that situation, it's better you just go ahead and section the hair the way I'm doing it before you start doing your braids. Yes. So quickly section the hair. You go to the next one in the middle like this. Take the next one. So you not just go ahead and do this. Section it. So with this method now, it's going to help you. Then the next one, you're going to see, we come in here in the middle here, take it from here. So when you braid your hair, these ones that you're taking in the middle is going to be falling in the middle, so that it will make sure that the braids are covered. Look at this one now. Let me show you what I mean. Let me explain to you what I mean. So now this one now is, we've done this one. The first line is 1, 2, 3, 4. The second line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the third line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when I braid this hair, keep tapping, share the video please. When I braid this hair, it's going to fall in here. When I braid this one, it's going to fall in the middle here. When I braid this one, it's going to cover it here. When you braid this one, it's going to fall in here. When you braid this one, it's going to fall in here. When you braid this one, it's going to fall here. So when all your braids comes down, you see that your braid is going to be nice and covered. You will not have that space in between. Now, this is the three line where you stop, where the ear is stop. Then you now go round. If you're taking your own bit by bit, that is fine. If you want to do smaller, that means maybe you have up to 6 lines, it's tiny. But then with this size of hair, you are doing a great job, ma. Thank you so much. God bless you. With this size of hair, this is what you come up to. So the next line you're going to take now, you come in front of here. Make sure that the sizes are the same. You just come and take it from here. This is what is in vogue, and this is what is trending. God bless you. Thank you so much. Let's keep tapping. Share the video. Let's do this one fast. Then we'll do this one fast. The next time we can be able to learn different methods. There are different methods to part hair. Then this is the simplest method to part hair that you can be able to understand very, very quickly as a beginner. So now we go round. Let's go round. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome to the class. Here in this class, all we do is just to teach you how to install your braid for the class is really friendly beginners anyway. Very, very friendly beginners. And you know you've not followed the account. Just go ahead and follow the account because you're going to get notification when I'm always live. When I'm always live, you're going to get notification. Always find out when you're doing the hair, look at the front. Position yourself, because now you need to get to the point whereby you now ask your client, when we get to that point, I will now let you know. If you're doing middle party, watch these two sides. Take a little bit off from this side. This is going round. Then you now keep it. Use your clip to hold on to this. Hold on to it. So the next thing, make sure you know the size that you're taking. You go ahead, because this front bit is a little bit down. Most people have hair like this. You just go ahead and take it. Don't make it too big. Then you now go ahead and section it this way. I'm going to be able to do this all around so that we'll be able to learn from it. Take the same size. So if you're just a new beginner, you don't know how to part hair, try this straight method of the block method of parting hair. This is simple. Use this simple way. Part it down like this. Part the hair down. Then before you start braiding the hair. If you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome to the class. Let's just quickly do it. I know it's late now, so we'll just go ahead and finish up with this one. Because somebody was asking me, oh, how do you part hair? So we'll go ahead and do this one. So this, if you use this simple way, this is what people want these days. This is the trending way of parting the hair. This method is the trending method of parting the hair. We do the round method, but most people, they don't want to use the round method. Even the young girls now, you see that, oh, I wanted the block method. You see, when they part the hair, they can flip it anyhow. It's going to look like being on the block side. You see the way I'm parting it? I'm coming in the middle of that one to take it. So that this one is going to be falling in between the braid. It will cover the middle of this one. It will fall here when we braid this hair. So if you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome. If you have not followed the account, what are you waiting for? Follow the account because you're going to get notification. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that. Thank you so much. God bless you for doing that. So now let's be quick with this so that we can be able to finish up early. Most people have to put their kids on bed, and some people, it depends on the region where you are. Like here, our time now is about 7 o'clock. So I've got like another 30 minutes to just put the children to bed now, so that Make sure your lines are always straight, please. Make sure the lines are straight. This one I'm using mannequin. I'm just trying to. This one is going to be like 3. You see, see at this point, you will be able to braid your hair. Do it down like this as a beginner. If you don't know how to part before you start the hair, do this hair like this. Section your extension. You will see that when you do the hair, you will not believe yourself that, oh, I'm the one. Because most people, where they have problem is that if they started parting the hair without doing it this way, they make mistake. They'll like, oh my god, some parts will be big and some parts will be smaller when they are tired already. So you just go ahead and section it like this. Section it the way I'm sectioning it. Then gradually, it will even make your work faster. You just use your clip to hold on to. You start picking it one after the other. You start doing the job. Let's go ahead and part the remaining one. And when you're parting hair, you watch the shape of the person's hair. Always watch. There's a lot of things to just always watch the shape of the person's hair and ask the person that is doing the hair, do you want a center parting? Look at it. If it's a center, you make sure that when you're parting, the center will be in the middle. Don't put the center, or if the one side, the side will be like this, the center will be in the middle. So let's go quickly and do this. You go around. I know the reason why I'm doing it up to this point, because I want to explain something on this side. So when you go around, most people, they have their skull. Some people have I didn't mean it to be rude or something. Some people have a little skull. Some people have wider skull. So when you meet people that have wide skull and their hair is full, be ready to do hair. Be ready to do the hair, because most people, their skull, this one is too much. Let's reduce it a bit. Let's bring it down a bit. Okay, so now this is the section. Do you want me to continue? Okay, most people are getting tired already. Let's go ahead. What I'm going to do now is that let me just continue with this. Let's continue with it. No problems. Let's continue with it. Let's quickly continue with it. Let's quickly continue with it. Because now that I'm teaching it, before we teach this one again, you're going to go and watch the video. You just go and watch the video. Yes, continue here. You're going to watch. I'm still here. Okay, that's fine. So please, let's keep tapping. Let's keep tapping the way we're watching, so that they won't restrict the live. Let's keep tapping. Thank you. Let's keep tapping. The more we tap, the more the system will notice that we are not idle, so that they won't restrict the live. Keep tap. Share the video if you can. Share again. Thank you. So you go around this way. This method is going to help. If you miss this class, you just go and watch the video. Because I don't know when I'm going to do this parting again, now that we've done it. You just section all the hair. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. We're 41 of us. Put your hands on the phone, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. While I'm doing this, just help so that we'll be able to finish it fast. Then I'll explain. I want to explain something from the top, so that what are you doing? What are we doing tonight? Okay, we're learning how to part. For those that doesn't know how to part the hair, that's the lesson we're doing today. For those for the beginners that doesn't know how to part, so we are learning how to part. You see, the way I section this hair, this is the way you're going to section this hair when you're starting. It will help you. It will help you as a beginner very, very well. It will give you that confidence, and you'll not be thinking, have I done wrong? The middle, is it too big? This one, is it too small? If you want to do 30 or 40, section the hair to 30 or 40. If you know you can handle this one, I'm going to count this one for you. This is almost a full size of hair that we do all the time. Like my daughter said, this one would like be almost the full size, the one I explained online. Yeah. Section them like this. This one will go about 3. So when you section them like this, you start picking them one after the other, start braiding the hair quickly. It's going to help. Let's bring it to this point. So now I'm going to go into this one. Okay, now can we all see it? Look at it. This is the full hair now. But as you keep going gradually, you're going to get used to parting the hair. You don't need to do it like this again. But there are some hair that you just require to just do this to make it easier for you. And for those that even do their hair by themselves, this will be good for you to like part your hair. Now, look at it. We have to go more lines. One more line. One more line this way. First, one more line. This one. One more round. Then let's say for instance, what is the best mannequin? My dear, this one is the afro one. If you want to buy, get this one that is short like afro. This one I'm using now, got it from TikTok shop. So you just go ahead and get it from TikTok shop. There's something I want to explain. When you come to this point, when you come to this point of round, and you ask the clients don't want you to have a center parting, or like maybe some advanced kind of person that they don't want a center parting. Please start from here now to start parting the line. Start from here to start bringing it back, because they don't want center parting, because every other one will fall this way, these other ones will fall back. But then with this method we're using, because that is what most of the young ones need, still go one more round. If you can really understand what I'm saying, we'll soon finish this one now. Still go one more round, so that by the time they fall the hair, by the time the hair is like this, the ones here will cover those ones. Let me show you. If you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome. Let's keep tapping, please. Normally my classes, I also do classes in the afternoon, 12 p.m. to 2k, but I don't to 2 p.m. UK time. Look at what I'm saying. But then I now interchange it now. Maybe the day I didn't come in the daytime, we have to come in the evening. We just do it that way. So anytime I come in the daytime, you're not going to see me in the evening. So now go ahead and hold this one with a clip. Let's quickly section this hair. Then I'll show you. That is where you now start coming into the middle. You now look for the middle parts. Let's section this one. Braid it down. In fact, this is what is going on trend now, this type of pattern. The other one that we do round is only few people. It's only few people that will say, part my hair round. Or maybe if you're doing hair that will not take you like 5 or 6, you just go ahead and use the pattern round to do that. I prefer this time. Oh, you prefer this time? Yes, you prefer this time. It's fine. Then we are going to be. That is why I come like maybe 3 times in a week. We split it 3 times evening, 3 times morning. I just do it that way. So the time I'll be busy with the classes, when we start the classes, anytime I'm free, that is when I'm going to be coming up online. Because when you're going to be busy with classes, answering individuals, it's going to be taking much of my time. So let's quickly do this. So this is the best way you can part it as a beginner. Don't worry, even if it's taking you time, do it. By the time you do it 1 or 2 times and start braiding the hair fully, next time you're not going to do it again. You know what you're doing at that point. You know confidence of yourself to be able to part it without sectioning all the hair like this. You just do it one step at a time. This part of it is very important. Most people, they know how to install hair, but they don't know how to part. Most people, they know how to braid, but they don't know how to draw the extension. They don't know how to pick the right extension. So there are so many things. If you know you don't know, just concentrate and learn what you don't know. Then keep practicing. Before you know it, you know everything. You see it? Now we have done it to this point. You see this point? Look at it. So now this is the point whereby you will now start looking for the middle of the person's hair. Most people, they find it very difficult. What we do at that point, you just go straight down. They say blind the person's eye. You just look at the nose here. You see where the thing is. Take it straight. You see where the point of the nose is giving you where the middle is. But just gradually. Don't do it to the point, because I'm using mannequin. Don't do it to the point whereby the person will notice what you're doing. You just go like this, you know. Put your comb will be giving you that measurement. You just go straight into it to bring the parts. So at this point, you're going to be asking the client. Most people, they want their center party to go across the back like this. If they want their center party to grow across the back, you don't need to do any other thing. Just section this one into two, section it into two, and start braiding. But if they don't want it to go across the back, they want to stop somewhere here. Yeah, what you're going to do now is that since you are sectioning it, you're going to split that part. You ask the person, is your center party okay here? They say yes. Let me even see if it's correct, because now I'm using mirror. Okay, I think I'm almost correct, because this mannequin training heads. Sometimes, okay. So now, if they say this part is okay, yes, it's okay. Then what you're going to do is that this other one that is left here, look at this part. You splitted it into two. I hope you can see it. Now, make sure that it's straight. You see? Now, we have, let me bring some back here, because I don't want to. Okay, now at this point, this is what you're going to do. Now we have center parting. In order for you to be able to identify your center parting as a beginner, look at the hair, center parting. Now this one at the back, you're going to split it into three. This hair at the back here, this one now, is going to be into three. This one is going to close so that the center parting, you can be able to identify it. So let's go ahead and do this. You're not going to do this. Take this first one here. Take this second one here. What is wrong with this thing? Okay, it's losing up. Take this second one here. Then you now make sure that the center is falling in the middle of the hair. Let me show you from the front. Let's show you from the front. This is the center parting. In order for you to identify your center, for you to be, because if you part this one here in the middle, the line is now longer than what you expected. This is not. So when you're doing that center, look at the center. Make sure that the hair, this one that you have here, will be splitted up into three. Then that one will cover here to be able to identify your middle parts. Let me go ahead and make sure that the hair is equal. Then we are almost finishing the class now. Please, let's go ahead and tap and share the videos. If you support the video and the live one way or the other, you see it. They are the way those mannequin will misbehave. You don't even blame them. We say thank you to them. This mannequin, if they are human being, I took my daughter online. She almost was like, you see her face in that video. Mommy, I'm not training her. These mannequins, they are trying. That is why I say as a beginner, get mannequin. Sometimes when you have them, you give them nice name. This one is a Melanie. This my mannequin is called Melanie. The other one is called Annie. They all have names. They all have names in this house. My daughters, my children, they know their names as well. So now we just go ahead and section this. Make sure that the lines are straight. Do you understand this part? You see this part? Now look at this one. So when you bring this one, this line is going to be coming back. And this hair, look at this hair you're seeing here now. Yes, you understand. This one is going to be coming back. Then this part of the hair that you're seeing there now, most people, they don't want their hair to be small in front. Some people, they want the hair to be full in front. So if you meet those people that don't want their hair to be full in front, you don't need to even bother to split this one into two. You just go ahead and section it and do it. But this part, if you want the hair to be a bit fuller in front, it don't really matter. You split this one into two. So what I would do, if I split this one into two, I'll make this one 3. If I want it very full, I'll make this one 4. But if I don't want it very full, I'll make it 3, 3. 3, 3, that is 6. But most people don't want their hair to be full in front. You meet those kind of people. So if they don't want it, just go ahead. The way you section it, go ahead and do it this way. And part it this way. But for those ones that want the hair to be full, split it into 2. When you split it into 2, you go ahead and section this one. For me, I will do 3. Let's do 3. Even sometimes you can even do 2 if they don't want it too full. Let's go ahead and do it. We're almost rounding up. So this is a full hair of how to section hair. So if you missed this class today, you can go ahead and watch the video fully. You watch the videos, it's going to help you. You see? Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting this live up to now. Let's do it 3, 3. 4, 4 will be too much. You just go ahead and section it. Now, this is the full hair. I'm going to count it. Let's say as a beginner, I missed part of the class. Don't worry. You're going to go and watch it fully. If you have not followed me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube or Facebook. You get the full videos. On TikTok, I don't want to download that full video. It's a long 2 hours, so download it on TikTok. But TikTok gives me nice clips. When you see my 1 minute clips, I get it from TikTok. I just send it to the live. So that is the help. TikTok have already helped me. I really appreciate them for that. So, but if you want to watch it fully, go and log in because it's almost 2 hours now that we are here. You go and watch it from, I put it on public. When we finish live, I just put it on public for those that missed the class. So you'll be able to watch it either on Facebook or you watch it on TikTok. So it's the same name, GraceLawend. If you have not followed me on the other platform, go ahead. You just type GraceLawendhair. GraceLawendhair is going to pop up on YouTube. GraceLawendhair tutorial and lifestyle is going to, what's your Facebook? My Facebook is GraceLawendhair tutorial and lifestyle. On Facebook is GraceLawendhair tutorial, and when you just type GraceLawendhair, it's going to pop out tutorial and lifestyle. Then on TikTok is the same. On TikTok is GraceLawendhair tutorial, and on YouTube is GraceLawendhair. It's GraceLawendhair. So you just go there and watch it fully anytime you miss the class. But the clips, to remind you, I will always bring it in on TikTok. 1 minute clips will always go there so that it's quicker, because most people are not patient to watch 2 hours, which I really appreciate the way I get it on TikTok as well. So now this will come to the end of our class. I'm going to count all these braids to see how many, if you're using this pattern, to see how many you're going to braid as a beginner. But if you know that this one method, I'm just showing you a full method of how you can part your hair. Let's count it. Let's count it. For those of us that are just coming, let's go ahead and count it. You have done well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and count how many braids you have on your hair if you're using this size. This is one. This the first line. The first line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 all the way to the back. Let's use something and hold it. Let's use a clip and hold it. 15 all the way to the 3 lines at the back. Then let's come to the side. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. Then we'll go to the next line. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. That's 38 at that point. 38. Let's come to this next line. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. That's 48. You can decide to reduce your own if you don't want too much. 48, 49, 50, 51. So this point we have 51. So this one that is coming to the back, 51. Then to the center party, 51. 51 plus 12. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. Can you see it? If you want to do it this size, now you got 63 braids to do. Then if you're not doing your braid like this, for the one of our mommy that is here, she said she's doing it up. It's going to take you a long time. So you can learn different techniques of doing braids. They are all skills that you have to learn. So this is it at this point. We have a center party. So, but then if your client wants a side party, you see the way you centered it now and split this one into two. Gradually, don't even waste time. Braid the 3 parts to this place. Give that person a side this way. Give that person this side. But if the center, put it on center. If the person wants side, braid 3 to this side, then you braid only 1 to this side. It will give it a side pattern. Do you all understand it? Put it on the comment section if you understand it. We have done well. At this point, we'll be calling this class. Then tomorrow, we are going to be present. Tomorrow, am I coming? Yes, thanks. Thank you so much. I'm understanding. Thanks. Can you understand? You look at it. Beautiful. Yes, understand. So we've done well now. Tomorrow, normally, tomorrow is Friday. You can maybe, I will be coming to the class 12 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Then on Saturday, I'll come out in the evening. I can't wait to watch the full video. Yes, just go to the YouTube and watch all the things we've done today. You get, anytime you miss a class, follow me on my YouTube, follow me on my TikTok. You can go and get the full video. But on TikTok have the full video. I'm very clear, but I don't want to download it. It's too much. It's too much to download on my phone. My phone does not have that capacity to download all the things. So over braiding takes longer than under braiding. So yes, when you're doing your over braiding like this, if you're used to it, please stick to it. And it's fast for you. But then when if you want to really go into braiding, my dear, go and learn how to do the under braiding. It will help you. I can do the over braiding too, but most people, when you see them online, they are used to it already. When they do over. If you're used to it and it's working for you, go ahead, because that hand that you're doing like this all the time, I don't know how you're going to be feeling. Is the name of your YouTube channel? Okay, it's Grace. Just type GraceLawendhair for YouTube. It's the same name. It's just that my Facebook is GraceLawendhair Tutorial and Lifestyle. On TikTok is GraceLawendhair Tutorial, like you can see it. But on Facebook, when you just type GraceLawendhair, that name you see there, without the tutorial, it will just come up. So that's the end of the class today. Thank you so very much for everyone that have waited up this point to support. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to join the class fully, yes, the classes are going on. You go ahead and just, do you have a link on TikTok? A link? Which a link? Oh, is it a link of, oh yeah, I don't even know. Try, okay, I think I have the YouTube one. Click on the link. Click on the link. The YouTube one is there on TikTok. And the stand store where you register for class. Yes, I have the YouTube one there. Yes, YouTube is there. So you just click on that, on the link where my picture is. You see the link, stand store is there. Click on it to take you into the when you take it into, you see the stand store, then you see the YouTube. So thank you so very much. Normally I used to bring us up for question, but tonight we're not going to do that because I need to put these children to the bed, please. So it's 7:30 now. Let me round things up and make sure they go to bed. Thank you so much, and God bless you all for coming to the class. I said tomorrow, if I'm 12 p.m. UK time, but if not, you can still see me around 5 in the evening. Thank you for joining the class, and I'll see you tomorrow. For everyone that has supported this live today, God bless you. And I hope you've learned something. The only thing is that practice makes perfect. Yes, nobody is born to be doing all these things. You might be talented, but then you still have to practice it. Yes. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I'll see you in my next class. Good night, everybody, if it's night. Good day, everybody, if it's daytime. And au revoir, bye, and see you all tomorrow by the grace of God. Thank you. And my name remains Grace Lowen from GraceLawendhair. See you night. Love you all. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you, YouTube. Please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining the live. YouTube here, I have all the tutorials there. Every live I've done, I put it on public, so you can go ahead and watch it. If you want to learn the strategies, the techniques, everything is there. You just go ahead and watch it. It will benefit. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. See you all tomorrow. Bye.